I think I just killed one of my producers. Fam. Hi, Elisa. Fam. Monday Night Raw. And I said, you know what? We may as well pick out a subject that's kind of raw. Who indeed are currently the 49er Expendables? This is always subject to opinion and personal feeling and a lot of other attributes. See, this is why we need to talk about this tonight. This should be fun. I'm going to just go and jump right into this. Oh, by the way, wouldn't it be nice if we woke up tomorrow? You know what? The clock is ticking on Debo and Nick. Have you thought about it? Don't think about it. Let's not think about it right now. We don't need to think about it right now. Oh, my God. It's one of those things like Robbie Gold. Okay, this not going to bother me. Anyway, I'm looking at offensive guard. Garnett was selected by our former general manager, Trent Baalke, as you know, with the 28th overall pick in the 2016 NFL Draft. Baalke actually went and traded back into the first round to grab Garnett in 2016, giving up a second rounder, fourth rounder, I'm not done yet, and a sixth rounder to do so. Garnett looked like a savior at offensive guard. Since then, Garnett has played in just 22 total games, starting 11, and missed the entire 2017 season entirely because of injury. In 2018, he played just 59 offensive snaps, according to PFF, and of course, that's the Bible we always believe in. I've had some arguments about that, too. In spite of his body transformation prior to last season, it's pretty clear Kyle Shanahan doesn't or is not impressed with Garnett as being agile or athletic enough to factor in as a starter. Maybe it was just I don't know, did you see anything last year? I thought I saw a couple of cameo appearances by Josh Garnett that were impressive. Maybe Kyle didn't. He isn't versatile enough to be much use as a reserve. If you keep that in mind, Garnett is one of the first names who may be considered for a potential trade prior to week 1 of the regular season. He's not going to bring the 49ers much in the way of compensation. It's pretty much believed, given the team declined his fifth-year option already. And they probably should have waited on that, too. It's going to take Garnett showing up a great deal in the first few preseason games, and the 49ers are going to play him just like they did. Remember what they did to Aaron Lynch that year? They had Aaron out there on every other snap. They were really taking a good look at him. I didn't realize that. I thought they just thought he needed some work. They were looking at him to make up their mind. If we see Garnett, even in there with the third team, you'll know they're taking a close look to see what he's got to offer. Can he move? Is he looking like he's tired or fatigued? All those things are going to come into any excuse they can find. He could be gone. Now, a team like the Dolphins, and here's what we possibly could get. A team like the Dolphins, the Texans, or the Bengals, three of the worst offensive lines going into the 2019 season, according to PFF again, they might be willing to deal a 6th or 7th round pick to see if they can revive Joshua Garnett. Now, the only way that works, however, is if one of those teams would rather ensure they get their man instead of waiting for him to be cut. And if teams are going to gamble on whether the fact the 49ers is going to cut Garnett or not, that could be risky too. If they are, a late-round pick isn't much to give up for a potential depth guy making just under $3 million this year, which is Joshua Garnett. But remember, first-round picks often get a few more chances to prove themselves in the NFL than late-round picks. So Garnett might benefit from that status. We'll see. Because I got to tell you the truth, man. I like Garnett, and I really saw enough from him last year. I want to see him make this team. Get in there. Come on, Josh. I know he's one of the best road graders at Stanford ever. He could do it if he just would do it. He'll get his chance. Linebacker Malcolm Smith was one of the first signings made by Lynch and Shanahan when they took over the team in 2017. With the thought being that his knowledge of the team's new defensive scheme would pay huge dividends. Well, veteran savvy is useful, but in Smith's case, it has never been enough to amount to a 5-year, $26.5 million contract. The team handed him that mistake in 2017, as you know, and in fact, Smith missed that entire 2017 season due to injury. and was on the field for just 12 games this past season, starting 5. I know what you're saying, Ronbo. Don't say that, man, because you and Jimmy J-Dub, it's a different stop. Under his old contract, Smith would all but be unable to be traded, but thankfully the 49ers restructured his original deal in March, giving the team a little more flexibility with Malcolm Smith, and they're going to need it too. If Smith shows himself to still be a viable low-end NFL starter, weak defensive teams like the Oakland Raiders, Raider fans, I know you be watching, you might. Yeah. One of Smith's former teams, and the New York Giants or the Miami Dolphins might be willing to make the 49ers an offer. Forget about the Raiders. They don't talk to us anyway. And I don't really care if they do. Number one, here's the thing, fam. Wide receiver. This is the situation here. Richie James is everybody's first pick to say goodbye to, right? And there's a lot of few people that's also like Kendrick Bourne out of here, and people say, well, you know what? Much has been made of the roster battles taking place at the wide receiver position for the 49ers this season, and much of those arguments we've heard right here on our get-togethers throughout the week. It stands to reason one of the 11 receivers the team currently has on its roster could be on the trade block during the preseason. 49ers, they need some assets for next year, fam. And they may just go for it. To be nice, just let these guys go and find their own way, since they used a couple of them for a little while. In all honesty, it could be any number of those receivers for various reasons, like Marquise Goodwin for the speed, gadget play potential he has, Jordan Matthews for his veteran presence, Trent Taylor for his previous production. Only those names really make sense. The 49ers really want to gain a solid return, right? Kendrick Bourne. Even though I love this dude to death, man, he was the most productive wideout for the 49ers last season in terms of receiving yards, and you know this. Big Show, don't say nothing, man. He's one of the new Niner receivers. He's one of the few Niner receivers with experience on the outside, both of which are points in his favor. Still, with the addition of Matthews, who it's nobody knows who's competing against who. Not really this year. Not enough has been said by the front office. We're not hearing a word. It's all speculation. The emergence of tight end George Kittle and the drafting of wide receivers Deebo Samuel. Jalen Hurd is now in the mix. It's likely Kendrick's going to have to battle his ass off because this year he's going to have to really rise above. That's a lot of hardcore potential and talent out there. If Kendrick weathers this storm, I don't ever want to hear nothing else about him the entire time he's with this team. His value could be, in fact, that he showcased a lot of substantial skills. So there might be a trade partner for him that might offer up too much. As for Richie James, his major issue is redundancy. Since his skills are quite similar to Taylor's, there's going to be a lot of competition for slot this particular year. I mean, just crazy. I mean, you got about 6 guys can run out of the slot. All of them, actually. I just realized every last one of the guys on this team could run out of the slot. Yeah. And that's not just with Taylor, but with Matthews and 2019 draft. The main upside for James, though, is on special teams, where James featured as a returner, even taking a kickoff 97 yards to the house against them friggin' Hawks. That was nice, wasn't it? That was nice. I tell you, and I ain't going to forget him about that either. An early round day 3 selection could be in play, maybe a 5th round selection from a desperate team. Some of these players, well, between Richie James and Kendrick Bourne. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to see the one of them go, but Bourne does make $646,000. That's very team friendly if you want to trade for Kendrick Bourne. James is just $570,000. Another very, very, if you want to give the 49ers a third debut pick up that salary, and you may have improved your team depending upon what team you are. See, James done a contract for 2 years after 2019, so you get a really good deal with him. While Kendrick will be a free agent at the end of the season. I do not agree with getting rid of Kendrick Bourne. I've already made that clear. You know how I feel about him. I got pajamas with his name on them. Got his posters up on my wall and things like that. Don't really care for that deal at all, but I do see where it's possible. But fam, let us talk about potential trade deals. And if I didn't mention any names that you think that you could get something back for into the front office of the San Francisco 49ers, you bring that name up and let's argue. Jorge, what's up, my fan? Jorge Ruiz. Thank you, George. I love these. Where does he get these emojis, man? I love them. He might design those himself. Niner domination. Thanks for the contribution, fam. Let's, Rod Manhammer, what up? Russo, what up, Rod Ball with Niner fam? Slimmy Long, 52. We ready for y'all. T-Red, hey, Rod Ball, back on tonight. Richie James has got to go. Oh, my God, he's already getting traded. Big Show. Big Show says Richie James has no trade value. Honestly, Show, you know what? I can't argue with you, man. Because he ain't did enough yet. He ain't been around long enough. But some people may see potential in him, and for that contract, maybe, Leroy Phillips Sr., what team won't the blood cold gold Niners were bringing the pain this season? Quarterbacks, your health is in danger. Hope you have a good offensive line and lots of insurance on that QB. Ooh, speaking of which, there's been some players that went down to injury. You heard about the safety in Atlanta? Things like that really freak me out when I read them, even though it's not 49ers. San Francisco, a.k.a. San Francisco, Max McCaffrey, Najee Torin, that offensive lineman that never saw the field. See, but there's no trade value because nobody's going to give you anything because they've never seen him. He's never been displayed. Only the guys that have made appearances are probably going to be marketable for that. Gibson, selling time might be worthy of a trade. Oh, you hit the nail right on the head. But Garrett is 31 years old, I believe. He's getting off a serious surgery. I don't know if he has any appeal or attractiveness. 49ers Lakers, what up? And Joey Javits and the 49ers need to stay healthy, no injuries, please. I agree with that so much. Kenny says Garnett is still good, not great, but good. See, I agree with all that, Kenny. I don't want to see him go. I really wish he'd come out and really put himself on display this year. Let's see if he does. San Francisco, he says, checking in from Memphis 10. Is that 101? Is that exclamation point meant to be a 1? All questions will begin to be answered on Saturday. The team reports to camp Friday. Debo. Okay. The Mac. Damn, Ronbo Sports actually early. You know what? I meant to be here at 7. Did I make it? Because I was looking at the clock. I kept flashing. Hurry up. I made it. Gotta take a victory lap. Do the Aaron Donald after a sack. Oh, I love when he does that. Anyway, YG Sakona, what's up? Oh, man. Oh, what do we got here? Mi hermanito, Razor. Razor.
What's up, Rambo?
Razor, man, you just good to hear from you, fam. You know. He's doing that. He's doing that.
Good to be back.
You've been a busy man this summer already, huh? What you up to, man?
Yeah, busy.
Okay.
Not much. My birthday just passed. You know how we do in July.
Hey, Razor.
Razor.
Hey.
That's July birthday.
What day?
18th.
Ooh, Razor's right in there, the cancer fam.
Yep.
Razor, you know,
we the goats.
Mm-hmm. And you know I'm not about to let you get away, Razor, man. Step back. Happy 9th birthday to my man Razor. Happy 9th birthday to the Razor. Happy 9th! You know who's getting crazy
Yeah,
right
thank
now?
you.
First of all, by you driving in like that, and then me singing too loud. I mean,
Is Freddie,
he's get,
is Freddie still alive? I haven't heard
Freddie,
him.
Freddie's. Freddie said, I'm going to get both those dudes. Freddie! Man! But hey, Razor, man, listen, there's going to be a possible trade, man. I got a feeling the 49ers, they ain't going to be able to keep all these dudes. So why would you waste? You can't be cutting everybody when you can get something for them. You got to shop some people around. And
Hmm.
there's a few names already being thrown around about them. You know, guys like Garnett are really valuable. So you might get a second day 2 pick possibly for him, if a team thinks that he's one of them dudes that could help him out, right? Because he's big, he's strong, he was a
Yeah.
star at Stanford. He may have something there. And of course, Malcolm Smith. I don't know what anybody's going to give up for him, but it seems to be speculated that he might possibly be a trade piece. And you got Richie James. We got any number of wide receivers that still are under contract that you might want to think about. But, Rich, you got anybody else you want to add to this list? Did we lose Razor? Razor, where did you go? Razor. Razor?
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Razor, what happened to you, man?
Yeah.
You got muted out?
No, I'm using my AirPods, but I guess they died.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Ray. So anyway, Razor, what do you think, man? Did you get any of that? Let's talk about as
Yeah,
far as
yeah.
offering a
So,
trade deal. Okay. What do you
yeah.
think?
So before Gold resigned, I was thinking we should package him with McKinnon and a draft pick to require back a offensive lineman
Wait. I heard
because
you said McKinnon. Who else would you package with McKinnon? Who?
so before Gold resigned, I wanted to get rid of Gold.
Oh, Gold. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Robbie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They made me
Gold.
call him Gold too. Gold is the way it's spelled. But hey, Ronbo, man, his name is Gold. But go ahead. I know who you're talking about. All right.
Okay, yeah, Robbie Gould, whatever.
Mm.
Him and McKinnon and a draft pick for a guard or a safety or something because I haven't been on him much, but only my little take on kickers and especially Robbie Gould. The reason why Chicago didn't re-sign him the first time was because he lost his confidence. And kickers,
They do
once they
that.
go on a stretch of missing kicks,
They keep
they lose
missing.
confidence. And he found his confidence here. That's why I wasn't really worried if we traded him or not because he misses 2-3 kicks here, they're done. Like it's probably like 3 kickers in the NFL that are very good at um
Getting over that
helping like that.
obstacle.
There's Tucker,
Yeah.
Tucker Vinatieri and probably one more. But yeah,
You know,
I'm not
and
crazy over
also
like
over in
that.
Atlanta, what's his Matt Bryant? There's another guy that
Matt
he's
Bryant.
hard. He does not lose confidence ever. So you're right.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't dying if we traded him or not. But I think that was like a baby move. Like, oh, I'll go home to Chicago. I don't want you then, but yeah, kickers lose their confidence these days. That's why I wasn't a big fan of Gold. But yeah, and then I also mentioned McKinnon because our backfield is loaded, and especially with Juice getting paid #1 fullback money.
McKinnon's got
So,
a pretty large contract, though. Are you going to pick that up if you're another team?
well,
It's only in the
wait
second
for
year
who? For
too.
Derek?
Yeah. See, because you haven't seen what he's got.
I
He's
mean, yeah,
just coming off that injury. But maybe.
no, we haven't seen what he's got, but also Breda and Coleman are on cheaper contracts, and they're better than McKinnon has ever been. McKinnon, yeah, he can catch and he's shifting all that, but Breda is a better runner. Coleman has always been solid. He hasn't been hit with the injury bug or whatever, and their contracts are way cheaper. And you got to remember, there's only one football. How are you going to get 3 running backs and juice the ball, and then plus you got an all-star tight end and Kittle? There's
Yeah,
only one football.
that's
We
true.
don't need 3 running backs. I mean, it sounds cool and all. It's like, do you really need 3 cars? No, you
Yeah.
don't.
Well,
We
I'd
don't. We
like
don't
to.
need 3 running.
Wait, if I had a
Yeah.
Maserati, a Lamborghini, and I want some American muscle in there, give me that Mustang GT. I could live with that.
Well, guess what? If you're rich, you can buy whatever you want. But right here, there's a cap.
Yeah,
If you're rich,
true.
you don't have a cap. So right here you have a cap. So that money you can put somewhere else. So McKinnon, in my opinion, is an odd man out. I think he gets traded because Coleman, he can catch and he can run. Brady is a beast running the ball. He can run it inside, outside, whatever you want.
He catch
So
too.
I
He
mean, I'm
proved
fine
that
with
last year.
yeah, I'm fine with Coleman and Breda, and you have Juice. We don't need a third running back with McKinnon. I mean,
Now you got Mostert
it's a waste.
standing by. Yeah.
Exactly, it's a waste of talent to have him right there.
Could be, Razor. I'm pretty sure though. Kyle really wants to see what he has in McKinnon. But you know what? The minute, and this could happen during preseason, which is why you may have something there. Because if Kyle looks up and sees McKinnon is struggling, I think they might try to deal him. Because, like you say, we've got an abundance of running backs. We got a couple of kids, and who knows? Jeff, what was the last name? The kid last year that ran for us, ran hard, ran with all the bravery in the world right up the middle, and did a very good job.
Oh, 41.
Yeah, and also they got that new kid in Walter. I need to have these names up so I can because there's so many. Anyway, we got two kids. If Kyle wants to fill a void and put one of them on the practice squad, there is that possibility. Jerick McKinnon may be able to fetch back a second-day pick, too. You could be onto something, Razor. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean,
But Robbie
the thing
Gold is
against
out, though,
McKinnon
because,
is just
he's already with us now.
yeah, he's staying. But I don't know anything against McKinnon. I think he's a good player, but you have three players at the same position, and you're paying. I mean, what McKinnon? He's top five highest paid back, and then you got Juice, the highest paid fullback in the league. Come on now.
I know we got a lot of high-paid guys. Well,
And
you're gonna need if you're gonna package
yeah,
McKinnon up. If you got another name you want to throw in there because you've already got McKinnon. You're not gonna be able to use Robbie. McKinnon on his
well,
own.
Gar- Garnett. I don't think we can get anything for Garnett. He doesn't show us anything. I think if he does get released from the team, it's just released, not traded. And Richard James for sure. There's no trade value for him. I think he gets released. And then I'm not agreeing with Big Show, but I think they do keep what's his face?
What position?
Jordan Matthews over Kendrick Bourne.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not
Big
agreeing with
Show
Big Show on
does.
that.
Big Show does agree with that. He thinks Kendrick's out of here and Jordan Matthews will stand.
Of course, he's never liked Bourne from the beginning, but I like
Anyway.
Bourne, but I don't see Bourne beating Matthews. I mean, I think Bourne has trade value more than Garnett and Richie James.
Hey,
Look
honestly,
out for the Chiefs. Look out for the Jags.
Yeah,
for a trade partner.
And Razor on the for real. And I would be willing to take a poll around the NFL community about this. Kendrick Bourne probably has more trade value than Jordan Matthews. You know why? That contract. He's young, and he's already shown that he can perform under stress. That could be attractive to a lot of teams. Kendrick Bourne may very well fetch a decent pick. And the 49ers might do it because they got a lot of people. They'll be fine with Jordan Matthews, they're probably thinking. Damn.
Yeah.
The writing's on the
think
wall,
you can
Razor.
get a pick.
Damn.
Yeah, I think you can get a pick for Bourne. I think you can really get a pick for Bourne. I mean, he wouldn't last on the practice squad. Someone will pick him up like that.
I know, and actually, that's why Shanahan did not cut him last year. He knew that Bourne could be on to another team, and for some reason, he couldn't deal with that thought. Razor, we gotta pick this up. We gotta go now. Well, let's pick this up later in the week. Tomorrow, man. I may be back tomorrow looking for you. You got more time for us these days?
I'll try, but if I can't say one more thing real quick.
All right.
Reason I say trade McKinnon is because the time to pay Buckner is right now because he's gonna kill this year and he's gonna demand more money next year.
Huge
so time
money.
to pay Buckner is this year, and Kittle. He wasn't a first round pick, so his contract doesn't have a 5th-year option in it. So you got to pay Kittle too. And you're not gonna pay Buckner, Kittle, while having top 5 running back when you have Coleman and Brady right there that are dirt cheap contracts, and you're also paying Juice number one fullback money. So
Razor, man, look at him.
it's either Juice.
Yeah.
It's either Juice or McKinnon's gone, and I don't see him getting any Juice because Shanahan left his fullback. So
Yeah, you got the best fullback in the league, and you need him for what you do. Look at Razor putting the CEO brilliance on us. All right, Razor, man, you're killing me with this, but I gotta believe there's a lot of possibility there. All right, Razor, Freddie, get ready. Freddie, get ready. I love it. Night Razor. Hey, let's go to Phil and see if we can get what's on his mind off. Hey, Phil.
Ronbo, you there?
I'm right here, Phil, waiting for you to get on in here, man. I'm telling you right now, Phil. And I mentioned this earlier in the season already. I said there's going to be a lot of us getting our feelings hurt because of attachments we've made with certain players. And I read this and broke out crying. I really do like Kendrick Bourne, and I think Joshua Garnett is a better football player than we've seen. They are potentially. But go ahead.
All right, I've been screaming at the TV for the first few callers. First of all, understand the cap. When you trade a player or cut a player, all the guaranteed money goes on your cap space and not the other team that you trade them or cut them to.
That's the hit.
So therefore, if you were to cut, say, Solomon Thomas, you would take a $16 million cap hit this year. Well, the way the NFL works is this year's cap money savings below the cap, total cap spend, is transferable to next year.
Ooh.
So if you were to cut Solomon Thomas this year, you would go from $32 million in cap space that's transferable to next year to 16.
Oh, my God.
And therefore, you couldn't sign Buckner and Kittle. So do you want to give up Buckner and Kittle for the advantage of cutting Solomon Thomas? It ain't going to work. Same thing goes for McKinnon. All that guaranteed money will get sucked up into this year. He's not going to get traded. He's not going to get cut. Get that out of your mind. That's the way it works. So these big contracts.
Boy, Phil coming in with capology, man, because I have never studied the cap very hard. Phil, I've read and glanced through things where I do realize that I did see this, and that is accurate, I'm pretty sure.
My buddies joke at me because my old job that I retired from was looking at spreadsheets. And he goes, what do? You go and retire and you look at spreadsheets.
It's still entertainment for you, Phil.
So here's my guy. Here's my guy that I think is gone. And you're gonna have a fit.
All right, well, it's Jimmy
Blair.
Ward or Kendrick Bourne, right?
No, it's Ronald Blair.
Oh no! But how? Explain the benefit. Go ahead.
He's on the last year of his contract.
Yeah.
He gets $1 million savings on this year's cap room. He has value.
Yeah.
We're not going to cut Solomon Thomas.
No.
We've got a ton of defensive linemen.
Yep.
And I think that he would be a perfect trade for someone like Josh Jones, a safety out of Green Bay that demanded a trade, second round. Or you could go with Terrace Jr. out of Denver that's demanded a trade. He's a corner, 2-time Pro Bowler. And sure up that defensive backfield.
Dang.
Because
and
we
both
got
teams would
plenty of defensive linemen, and he would be a cap bonus instead of a cap hit. And, people need to understand the cap comes into play. You may not start McKinnon, but you're not going to cut him or trade him because you're going to take a huge hit. Because all that money you spent over time gets sucked into this year. And that takes away from your ability to move it over to next year.
And see, I read that yesterday, that his contract had a lot to do with why he wasn't going anywhere. And Phil just put it out there and illustrated each and every point why.
But I think Ronald Blair has value, He's in the last year of his contract. He's $1 million bonus to the cap.
And he's
And I think he's a guy that could be traded.
There you go.
I think Kendrick, if it comes down between Williams and Kendrick Bourne, Bourne's gone.
Yeah.
If it's all even, because Williams has $1.5 million, hit on the cap, and Bourne basically has nothing.
All right, that's $640,000. I mean, you know, that's so we got Kendrick Bourne.
It's actually a cap gain, but not a cap hit.
Okay, and Ronnie Blair joining Sylvester Stallone as the Expendables. So,
well, but you look at Blair's numbers his first 2 years.
Yeah,
he was even worse than Solomon Thomas.
Well, the first 2 years, but he was injured. He didn't come. He came off the pup. Did he have the same amount of snaps? Did you say?
He had 40% of snaps versus Thomas's 60% of snaps.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at the numbers. And, you know, Solomon T was pretty good against the run. He actually was.
Oh, he's really good, yeah.
People, he just is not an edge rusher. So the deal is to move him inside where you can play him less. He's going to get less snaps, but he's a better pass rusher. And, you know, you asked the other day, and I heard this, that how does New England do it? You know what they do? They let their free agents go.
Always.
They never re-sign them for the big money.
And they let them know when they leave.
Except
Going out
for
there.
Very few exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is they end up getting compensatory picks.
Yep.
For these guys to send the huge contracts and to get third-rounders. They had 4 third-rounders last year.
They've made it into a science.
And what they do is they draft good in the third round.
Always.
And backfill their positions with lower-priced people. And they just keep refilling with draft picks instead of signing these
high-priced players.
Agents.
Yep. And they end up making
it's
it work.
It's all about the cap. It's all about the cap. And Belichick is a genius. Nobody gives him credit for that.
I think most of us do.
They give him credit for his coaching abilities, but he's a genius as far as working the cap.
Phil, that's great stuff. I'm telling you, a lot of people have been enlightened, especially me. Phil, we got to stop here, though. And
I think I ruffled some feathers with Ronald Blair because a lot of people like him. But I think he's got some value there that teams will look at because he is a pass rusher.
And he's a good player, period. Ronnie hustles.
You might be able to back, but if you get a Pro Bowler in the backfield,
you're still doing yourself a favor.
Exactly. It's all about getting a better player. So that's my pick.
What?
So anyway, I don't think Garnett's going anywhere because
it looks like Razor has
salary is.
It looks like Razor has a rebuttal. He drove back in here. Razor, is that you?
Well, you can rebut all he wants, but you know the cap is the cap. Numbers are numbers. Numbers don't lie.
Numbers are numbers, correct. But McKinnon's deal after this is pretty much a 1-year deal. You're going to see the contract that Parag put together. It's pretty much a 1-year deal. We can get out of it. You're correct.
Whoa. But he paid a lot of guaranteed money
You're correct.
Sucked in.
You're correct with other players, but McKinnon's contract is set up different. That's why Parag is so
go
cheap.
Look at the cap.
I'm looking at it right now. Parag sets up his deals. That's why he doesn't rush everybody else's deals. All of our contracts are safe.
But the money that he signed for signing bonus gets sucked in. So all that gets sucked in.
McKinnon is pretty much a 1-year deal. Nothing to worry about. It's not like
no such thing as a 1-year deal when you sign a signing bonus. The money is spread out over the term of the contract.
Because the guaranteed money is
learn your salary cap stuff.
Oh. Solomon Thomas' contract is totally different than McKinnon's contract. Yes, it's a contract, 4-year contract, whatever. But pretty much all the money was front-loaded. It would barely even hurt us if we trade him or cut him.
Solomon Thomas?
Barely.
Solomon Thomas or Jerick McKinnon, Razor?
No, McKinnon.
Yeah.
Solomon's contract is different.
He's a rookie. That's a rookie deal, yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt us for McKinnon. Yes, it's going to hurt us a little bit, but you're acting like it's a $40 million hit. Come on now.
Hey, but
It's
Razor,
not a $40 million hit. There's no such thing as a $40 million hit.
Oh, I'm
That's the thing.
exaggerating.
He's exaggerating that.
All the signing
Hey.
bonus that McKinnon signed. Are you saying that he didn't sign a signing bonus?
It's pretty much a 1-year contract.
There's no such thing as a 1-year contract.
Rombo, I don't know what
Because
guy's
if you
from,
sign a signing bonus, it
Oh,
gets
my.
spread over the length of the contract.
Yes, it's a 4-year contract, but pretty much it's a 1-year contract. So you don't get the contract is so safe.
It's front-loaded, Razor, but what's the cap hit worth? Did you check that out yet?
Yeah, I'm right here on it on SB Nation.
And what do you see?
Check it out, Rombo. I'll send you the link on Twitter. You check
Right.
it out. His
Right.
contract is a 1-year contract.
All right.
Everyone knew this last year. That's why when everyone was going crazy, they're like, "Oh my God!" But then later on, the numbers came out. This has already been covered. It's been covered.
All right. I want to take a look at that. Okay, Razor's come back. He's made his point. Phil is sticking to his. And we're going to examine this further and see what's going on. As Razor rides off quickly into the West.
His squad out.
Hold on a second.
We are undefeated.
Phil, get this. Okay, Phil, we got to go because we're going to take up too much time and we got other people waiting. But come back with a return on this matter.
I'm looking at. Give me 1 second right here, Ronbo.
Okay, real quick.
1 second.
Real quick.
Jerick McKinnon is actually a $9,700,000 cap hit if we were to cut him or trade him now.
For 29, okay. Because
I'm looking right at the numbers on over the cap.
Okay, before Razor drives back in here, Phil,
Razor needs to go and do his math.
We got point taken, Phil. All right, Phil. I'll see you maybe possibly as early as tomorrow, okay? Have a good night.
All right.
Ooh,
Later.
We got it heating up now, don't we? A player partner, Will. Will.
Rombo. Hey, look, man. Hey, Rombo. This Monday Night Raw, right?
Yes.
This Monday Night Raw.
It's already underway. You can see not fighting, but
look.
cross-examines and
Hey, look, man.
prosecution. Go ahead.
Hey, look. Rombo, man, look. I'm going to be honest with you, man. In school, I was never good at math. Math was my worst subject. I hated math. Whenever a teacher gave me a math book, I just said, yuck. I ain't want it.
All right.
Hey, look, man, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about the numbers or none of that. I just want these folks traded or gone, something. I want C.J. Beathard gone. C.J. can't do shit behind the fucking line. I want him to go wherever he going to. Let him go. He holds on to the damn football. He don't do it. He don't read the field. He just holds on to the ball. He the main reason why we lost to the Cardinals twice. All right? I want Malcolm Smith gone. Malcolm Smith, he a good run defender, but he can't defend in the pass. I want his ass gone. He keep getting hurt. He keep hurting his damn chest. He keep hurting his leg or whatever the fuck he be hurting. I want his ass gone. Greg, who else? Jimmy Ward, I want his ass gone. I want him traded. I want his ass gone. He can't stay healthy. He made out of glass. You know what I'm saying? He hurts himself just by waking up in the morning.
Yawning. Hey, but Will, when you get rid of these guys, are you going to get something back in return? Or are you just going to let them walk? And are you concerned with the cap hit? As Phil's pointed out, we got next year we got to re-sign George Kittle, and we sure as hell got to re-sign DeForest Buckner. It looks a little scary. They're going to pick up a fifth-year option on DeForest Buckner, I'm sure. They already did, pretty much. So give it another year on that. But George Kittle, you know how many people want George Kittle on their team right now? Oh, my God. Ooh, he's going to demand some cash.
Ronbo, I really ain't good with the numbers and all that shit. I just want their ass gone.
Yeah. But you have to be on certain numbers because it could hurt the team. But I hear what you're saying, though. CJ, you can get nothing for him. Ain't nobody going to give you anything for CJ Beathard. Nobody. Malcolm Smith.
Get a second round. Get a second round.
A second round?
No, seventh.
Oh, seventh round.
Seventh round. Yeah.
Well,
you can get a 5 or a 6 out of Malcolm Smith.
Hopefully, at least.
Because he ain't the same MVP player he was when he was in Seattle. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely do.
And McKinney damn sure ain't going nowhere. Man, Razor and his get that bullshit out of there. Sounds like he about to run into a brick wall with all that damn noise going on.
You sound like Freddie.
If he was our general manager, we'll be fucked. So
he's not as bad as Richard Ray Archuleta. That dude, boy. But hey, you know what you have to realize though, the 49ers may want draft picks now. As I don't know, I'm going to look at what Razor said me, but Phil, what he has said, I think I've ran across something similar to that and didn't comprehend it. It makes sense. I forgot about guaranteed money and the impact it has over a period of time, and I do realize that cap hit is there, probably.
Man, Parag, it's real mysterious how Parag does these deals, man. I'm telling you, all this money that these players getting, man, these deals that they getting, they team friendly, man. It's a way. It's a way that Parag is doing it. That's why he's so amazing, man. Because we all trying to figure out the Parag magic. We're trying to figure out how he does this crap. Yeah. But it's good, man. He makes it team friendly, man. We can let a guy go, like any player. Like you give him all this money, but you can cut him after 1 year and won't take a big cap hit. It's a certain way. It's a certain way he's doing it, but it's amazing. But
yeah.
I don't know how he does it, but he'll win.
I just wonder about the guaranteed money, and how does that work? And do the 49ers, like you're saying, if they're front-loading that contract and they gave him all his guaranteed money already, is that something you can actually register with the league? And does that continue to be a cap hit? Is it spread out over the entire time of the contract? These are things that I am not fully well-versed in. So I don't really know. Phil, the way Phil explained it makes sense, though. Razor's looking right at the stat sheet. The info sheet over the cap. So I don't really, man. I'm gonna look at the link and see if I can make up my own mind.
I always thought if somebody guarantees something, that means you're going to get it. So if they guarantee this money, this is what you're going to get. No matter if you sign an 87 million 5-year something with 20 guaranteed, they're gonna give you that 20 million. I mean, if they guaranteeing you 20 million, they're gonna give you 20 million. That's what I thought it always was.
But the thing is, Will, remember, a signing bonus versus guaranteed money. Guaranteed money doesn't necessarily have to be paid all in 1 year. You do if you retire the next year or leave the next year after a 4-year contract. Yeah, that guarantee's there. I don't know. Is it? I really don't. I'm not sure about that. So that could be tricky.
Man, I don't know, man. Like I said, man, I ain't good with the numbers and all, but man, I know I was kind of off the topic because I know tonight's topic was trade value and all that stuff. But man, look, man, I ain't good with numbers, man. I'm just telling you who I want out there.
You want to trade and get rid of. Hey, but Will,
I want that gone, Ronbo.
But Will, you got to get some draft picks, get something back. You can't just let him. Joshua Garnett is a former first round pick. He has not played to that potential. But I can't be just giving him my new car. I didn't drive it much. He ain't got no damage on him other than what he's put on him. I need something in return. And he's a first-round pick. Like we got Laker Tomlinson. He's a first-round pick. We had to give Detroit some compensation. Of course, who did we give up? Anyway, we need to get something back.
Well, I'll let Kyle and John handle that.
Well, I'll tell you what. Will, we gonna go. I tell you what, fam. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow night, possibly. If I see something, if put it this way, if Debo and Nick sign tomorrow, we gonna have a party. Anyway.
Oh, for sure.
Meanwhile, I'll see you a little later on in the week.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, my player partner, man.
Thanks,
shout out to my player partner, Dre.
Yeah.
Trey, Trez, Big Show, Daniel, Jerry Fresh, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the Rams. Fuck Rudy. they lost and they broke, and we keeping McKinnon. All right.
There you go. I will. Oh,
All right, man.
man. All right, fam. Yeah, that McKinnon subject is, and we've been going back and forth with the McKinnon situation ever since we signed Tevin Coleman. You notice that? Well, nobody said nothing about Jerick McKinnon until they signed Tevin Coleman. Dre, our other player partner, Dre.
Yeah, man. It's amazing when you know exactly what you're talking about, and then somebody tries to butt back in and try to explain their point when they know that they're wrong. Look, man, Jerry McKinnon's contract is 4 years, $30 million, guaranteed $11.7 million. When he signed the contract, he got an immediate signing bonus, 3.7 for the first year. Then, just like Phil said, the rest of his signing bonus is spread out over the next 4 years of his contract. So he got 3.7, and then he gets $2 million a year on the 4 years, which will add up to the 11.7 with the base salary of 4.2. Then it's 3.7. Then it's 6.5. And then the last year, which would be 2021, it would be 6.9 million with the cap hit. With the cap hit of 6.5 million, and then there's still 5.5 million dead money. So that's $11.5 million, bro.
Richard, that math sounds accurate, man.
I'm looking at it right in front of my face, bro. Like, there's nothing Razor can say. I mean, he can try to say it, but Phil said it. Phil said it correctly, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
they don't give out,
you know what I'm saying? Like, the money is spread out.
Yeah.
No, man, it's spread out. His signing bonus was $11.7 million. Okay. He has $2 million spread out over 4 years, which is $8 million. So that means when he signed, he got 3.7 up front. Okay. Then this year, his base salary is 4.2. Okay, plus his $2 million for the signing bonus. Then next year it's 3.5. It goes down. You know what I'm saying? Which actually last year was first year, so this year is 3.5. So Prague did his thing right there. He said, okay, you're coming off of an ACL. We're going to, dock your base pay to 3.5, but next year it goes up to 6.5, and then in 2021 it goes up to 6.9. This year, if they were to let him go, there would be. Hold on, let me look at it. If they were to let him go this year, Ronbo.
I'm reading it. I'm actually reading it right now.
$7 million cap hit with $6 million in dead money, which would equal up to $11,750,000, bro. So Phil was, the man was right. He explained it exactly how it goes down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at the Western Richburg contract. That's even worse.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, they don't just give you all of that freaking guaranteed money when you sign, bro. It's spread out. So even if they were to cut you, you're still going to get that money over those years of that contract from the team that let you go or traded you. That money does not transfer over to the next contract, bro, to the next team. This is not the NBA, bro. It's guaranteed money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sell contracts, bro. Like, it's guaranteed money.
But Dre, one line I'm reading here says, McKinnon, after 1 year, for all intents and purposes, all the fully guaranteed money comes in the form of his 2018 base salary and a roster bonus. Could that be what Razor's talking about?
I don't know. I'm looking at it right here in front of me, bro. And what it says is it has his base salary, then it has his signing bonus, then it has his there's also a bonus that you get for just making the roster. Then there's a bonus for training that, how many training sessions and practice sessions that you get in. They have all of that written into different.
And all that is directed toward the cap
into different sectors. Yeah, bro. So, Phil, he explained it right, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the money is spread out over 4 years. So, basically, even if he wasn't with the squad, he wouldn't get the whole $40 million, but they would still have to pay out the remaining $8 million of that signing bonus, and there's still a cap hit. So it's and there's dead money too. So it's basically like, you know what I'm saying? The contract are almost getting paid out, besides for about $7 or $8 million. It's basically the damn same. If you add up the 5.7 with the dead money, if he was to go this year, if you add up the 5.7, which was the cap hit, then you add the $6 million, which is the dead money. You know what I'm saying? Then you add the $2 million, the remaining $8 million of the signing
the signing bonus. I mean, shit, that's what, that's like 22, 23 million right there. So they only short $7 million of the 30. So he's still going, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point? Like, we got to stop saying, well, he got injured, he's done. Man, Jet is a good player, bro. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you look at that Weston Richburg contract. God damn.
That was the mistake. I agree.
He getting a base salary at $9 million, and then the cap hit is like $11 million. Like, that's something that we need to figure out. You know what I'm saying? If we want to trade somebody, you know what I'm saying? But the cap hit is too big. We just got to hope and pray. With Weston Richburg, you know what I'm saying?
It says here the 29 salary cap charge will be 4.9 or 4.5 mil.
That's 4.5, bro. That was his base salary for the first year, which is 2018. This year, his base salary is 3.5 with the signing bonus of $2 million for McKinnon. You got that. You're looking at his base salary. That's the first category. The second category is the signing bonus.
It says salary cap charge, and then it says base salary $3.7 million guaranteed for injury only becomes fully guaranteed on April 1st, 2019.
So he got that money. April then went and gone.
Was he injured? Yeah, because he signed.
Yeah, so
or they didn't cut him. That's how it adds up.
That check that went out, man. So, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, I just don't like to count players out when they're healthy. You know what I mean? When they get injured, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not my thing. Like I said,
agree. I want to know what he looks like before we say goodbye to him. Because if we get rid of him and he goes off to another team and just kicks ass.
He goes somewhere else and he goes to the Pro Bowl, we're going to kick ourselves in the ass, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Kyle paid a lot for him. What does Kyle see? And what does Kyle have in mind? He must have a plan. That's why I want to see it.
Right.
Yeah,
right. And there's other things that's going on that, you know what I'm saying, I feel are more important. Like, it's a good topic, but all of the players that, you know what I'm saying, if we were to trade, like, these are guys that I want to keep on our squad. Like, I don't want to give anybody else, you know what I'm saying, guys that we have with this nucleus that we have. I want to see what we look like having the guys that we have right now. You know what I'm saying? What we need to be talking about is, you know what I'm saying, I was okay with Bosa. But I was heavy on, I don't know if you remember, but I was heavy on Quentin Williams and Ed Oliver. You know what I'm saying? Them boys that signed their contract. Look at Bosa.
Hey,
the motherfucker came in and tweaked his hamstring. Yeah.
Both of them signed already.
Ed Oliver signed his like last month. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure Quentin has signed his. You know what I'm saying?
I knew about Ed. I hadn't heard anything about Quentin.
Yeah, Ed signed his.
Also, Josh Allen.
I ain't worried about them. I'm just talking about the two guys that's beast that I know is going to produce in the NFL. That's Quentin and Ed Oliver, man. Them boys is beast, man. And you know what I'm saying? And look at this motherfucker Bosa, man. We done got him. All of this hype. Motherfucker came in 3 days later, even though I felt like they shouldn't have been running in that rainstorm. They should have called off practice, put their ass inside, stay warm. When it stops raining, we're going to get the rakes out on the field, you know what I'm saying, push this water to the side, and we're going to get this motherfucker work in. They kept him on the field.
True, but you got Debo. You got Debo out there too. It's a little weird. You know what? Last year, Dante Pettis signed 1 day before training camp. So let's see what happens with this. Dre, we got to.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Bosa better not do this whole bullshit, bro. This is something that we need to have a show on this, bro. What are we gonna do if this dude sits out to week 4 or 5 or 6 like his brother, bro?
Dre, here's something this will set you on fire even more. The 49ers had this deal in place during the combine. They already talked to Bosa's agent. They said, unless the Cardinals do something crazy, this is the deal, and they knew what was coming. If they didn't continue talking after that, which is probably illegal, then damn it, who messed up? Anyway, we'll see.
Right.
All right. We'll later on this week, we may be partying on this matter Thursday or Friday. I hope.
Bro. Yeah, we need to talk about this. We got to have a game plan, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to have a game plan, bro, because I really do see that it could happen, bro. Man, shout out to the TNT fan, man. My player partner Will, you know what I'm saying? Big show.
trade trash, you know what I'm saying, Bob Money, Dan 22495, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Fred. I mean, all of the people, man. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know Horatio, Florida, everybody, man. Nighthawk, everybody, man. Hey man, let's just we got a couple more days, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get Bosa signed, bro.
And we don't have to get mad. I know what you're saying. All
right,
right, Dre.
I know that's right.
My other player partner. Have a good night, fam.
All right.
Oh, man. And let us move quickly to the East Coast and get that man, James. I know James got plenty of people he wants to trade. James would trade people. Dude, look at this. James was trading people at the end of last season. Now, I know his list has grown since then. James!
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
James, man, we're just sitting there wondering what in the world. And then the 49ers got an army of players, and then a lot of them are really good. We can't keep all of them, James. And then still, we could use some draft picks. We ain't got that many next year. And be careful not to throw away. You know how you throw the wrong thing in the garbage, and in the middle of the night you get up, run outside, look through that trash to see if you can find it? You don't want to have that situation going on. Ooh, no.
Well, I tell you, I thank God for another day in the land of the living. First and foremost, I thank him secondly for Ronbo Sports.
Shucks. Thanks, James.
And my wife and family before you,
of course.
But, I'm saying you in that top three. But
shucks.
I thank God for it all. But I'm going to say this much. I agree with all. I really took a lot from all three of your last callers. Will, Trev, and
Dre,
Phil.
Dre and Razor. Yeah.
Mean Dre. Yeah. Dre, Phil, and Will. There we go.
Did you take them from Razor?
Yeah, Razor too. But I mean all of them. I'm gonna just put
just
it
say
out.
all of them.
All of them, really, they, that's what it's about. We talk about things that someone may not know, and we move on and find out where the right is to that answer. I mean, the answer to that question. And we keep
fun.
on it. That's it. But Phil was exactly right, because I'm listening to you guys, and I was starting to check contracts also. And then the other caller that just got off, he was right too.
Dre.
And so, but I'm gonna tell you, the other caller before Phil, I think his name was Will. Was it Will or either Trev?
Yeah. Razor was first.
Well, anyway,
followed by Phil. Anyway,
right. And then I think it was the other caller. But anyway, I don't disagree with seeing Malcolm Smith. Let me give you a list. Let me give you James's list. The ones you make sure that when they put that gate card in the key card machine, it just degrades the card. Okay, Malcolm Smith, Jimmy Ward. Okay, I think Richie James is gone, and I do believe Ronald Blair is the possibility, because they drafted Street. They traded up to get Street, and they drafted Taylor. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like, well, who do they keep and who do they let go? A free agent that's been basically a backup in Ronnie Blair. But I mean, he was a very productive player, but we've got plenty of D tackles right now, man. We got plenty of D tackles, and I think someone said that Solomon is not good off the edge, whereas they said Ronnie Blair wasn't consistent enough. I think I could be wrong on that, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's one of those decisions where this is what happens when you have a loaded roster like we do right now, and thank God for it. And I also listened to what a caller said about the way the Patriots are doing it, and I think Kyle Shanahan is going to take on that mentality also. Like, listen, you're going to do your best to keep your base. Your base may be
nucleus. You got to keep a nucleus.
Yeah,
George Kittle,
6 and 6.
DeForest
Right.
Buckner.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Your back end, you got a young. Even I'm telling you, even with Tavarius Moore, these preseason games are going to be something critical, because if this kid steps up, I'm going to tell you, really know who they would keep between Exum and Tart. But I'm gonna tell you, in that receiver situation, I'm listening to everybody, and I'm gonna tell you, I do believe Kendrick Bourne doesn't really, if he continues to play and build and continue to show progress like he's been doing, I believe between him and Jordan Matthews, even though Jordan Matthews might be productive in other places, but I do believe the young growth in Kendrick Bourne being there with Kyle, starting with Brian Hoyer, okay, and then turning around and playing with C.J. Beathard, man. You know, and then, you know, Jimmy Garoppolo, and that's when we started to see his game evolve.
Ah,
now,
nice observation. That's true.
Yeah, of course. And at the end of the day, I'm just telling you, I mean, how bad of a cap hit could we take for, I think Jordan Matthews is only like, what, $3 million or $4 million at this point? Okay, so at the end of the day, and Kendrick's salary
tiny,
is only
tiny
600-something thousand for this year.
And Kyle, and the point you alluded to earlier, Kyle raised him. So everything he knows, Kyle taught him. That's going to mean a lot.
This is exactly right. And I'm going to tell you, I will say this much. I do believe that Kyle Shanahan will find a way to keep 7 receivers, kept 7 last year, and somewhere in that tight end group, I don't think it's going to be any more than 4, but then Tech will still count as a running back.
True.
But / fullback that can also play tight end. So that's where I think, you know, some of the tweaking is going to come in. But I'm listening to everybody, man. But I'm going to say this much. I know everybody has got their own opinions about this player, that player. I'm going to be constant today. By the grace of God, if I'm here tomorrow and the day after, as long as I see Kendrick Bourne continue to do and grow the way he's grown in a Niners uniform, I mean, I'm going to tell you, I got a feeling with him on that field, he's going to amass somebody that we consider to be a number 1. I mean, and what I'm saying is, like, say we're looking at Dante Pettis. I think Dante Pettis is going to put up some phenomenal numbers this year because now he sees the game more. He even said that, you know, when he was in training camp at the OTAs, and now, you know, I think the same thing is happening with
the game is slowed down for him. Exactly.
Yeah, they can see it more. You know what I'm saying? It's coming to him more.
No,
so
I do.
That's just my observation of it. But I think the situation with this Nick Bosa stuff, I'm going to say this because I know it's Monday night and I know you got to roll.
We got to roll. Right. But real quick.
All right, Ronbo. Anyway, I think it has something to do with they don't want him in training camp because of him tweaking that hamstring. And on top of that, if they keep him away until it's something to do about the date, those higher draft pick rookies can start. You will actually save money from the contract you're going to sign with them. I don't know if I'm right on that. I could be wrong.
The player start to issue a fine after a certain date. But I wonder. Well, we'll see.
Dante Pettis came in. Dante Pettis and somebody between Ruben and Solomon came in and hadn't signed a contract until the last day before.
Solomon signed the day of training camp, and Dante signed one day before camp. So this is normal procedure. All right.
Yeah, it's probably normal. Let's hope so. Anyway, Ronbo, thank you for what you do. Niner Empire, Niner for life. This is our time, Empire. Have a great night. Thank you for what you do.
Thanks, blessed. James. Looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow, or possibly the next day. Night, James.
Hopefully, buddy. All right, man. Be blessed.
And Kenny, he's waging a battle in the chat about Jerick McKinnon. Kenny, come on again. Let's hear what's on your mind here.
What's up, Ronbo? Hey, man, I heard a lot tonight. Hey, I'm proud of these guys, man. They're looking into it. They're checking things out, and we're getting some good info. So
a lot of enlightenment
that's
here.
Good. A lot of enlightenment. And I like what Dre said, dude. Hey, you know what? Mr. Western Richburg, get your ass up in my office. We're restructuring your contract.
Yeah.
And that's first and foremost. And then I want Malcolm Smith Eric Armstead, Marquise Goodwin, and Garrett Selleck up in my office. And them the guys I'm trading.
Oh, my God.
I love Goodwin.
Yeah.
I love Goodwin, but there's new, younger players that are going to fill that void. And we didn't draft 2 wide receivers for no reason. You know what I mean? And Eric Armstead, I'm sorry, but there's some younger players that are going to take that spot too. You know, and we got Contavious Street, who we haven't seen yet, and Julian Taylor. I mean, Garrett Selleck, he's good too, but I mean, well, I don't know if you can say that or not, but he's there when we need him. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'd trade him too. And Malcolm Smith is trash. He just needs to go. We got Dre Greenlaw. We got Quan Alexander. I mean, the list goes on. But the whole McKinnon thing, man, you know what?
Yeah.
You either lose money with him or you lose money without him. Because I don't think the guy is good. And everyone always says to go look at his tape. Man, I've looked at his tape I don't know how many times. The dude can't run. Last year we gave him a chance in preseason. He got -6 yards. So, and that was with, man, come on, man. the tape is there.
You know the thing is, Kenny, but are you at least curious though about why Shanahan really thinks that he fits his program so much? I mean, you can make a preseason judgment, a judgment off of 1 or 2 or 3 plays, but don't you need a little more time than that to make a full assessment of what you got there? I mean, I figure Shanahan's kind of a brilliant guy. If he thought that much of Jerick McKinnon, aren't you at least curious as to see what is he talking about?
We did get to see what he was talking about. It was a -6 yards in preseason.
Yeah, but how many carries did he get? And we're talking.
I don't remember. But,
and we're talking preseason, which means the front line, him, none of those guys were actually ready to roll hardcore yet. I mean, it's just a thing of kind of maybe, is it a little early to judge him? I don't know. It just seems to be
I'll tell you what,
pulling the trigger a little quick.
If we keep him and he doesn't play up to his part where the way he's getting paid,
then you'll be absolutely right. Complete waste of time and money.
Here's my thing, okay? I really like Raheem Mostert. I love Breida, and I like the addition of Coleman, and Juice is our fullback. I don't want to get rid of none of those guys. That's why I don't want McKinnon to take one of their spots and have them get rid of one of those guys, because I think them guys are what we need on this team, and they proved it last year. You know what I mean? Yeah, some of them got injured, but they came right back the next week. You know, except for
Mostert broke his arm completely. And Matty B showed to be one of the toughest warriors I've ever seen. I mean, we saw him getting carried off the field during the course of a game, and he came back in the same game and ran for some nice yardage. What is he doing? That's amazing. Yeah. So I'm all up in Manny B's corner. Tevin Coleman, his track record speaks for itself. But I am curious as to why Kyle wanted Jerick McKinnon. There must be a reason, though, Kenny. That's why I'm dying to know, what can he bring to the table?
And another excuse everyone makes is, he bench presses this much. Well, you know what? He's a running back, man. What can his legs do? I don't want to know what his arms can do. I want to know what his legs can do.
Kenny, what do you bench press? Can you throw 225 up?
Man, easily, yeah.
So there you go.
I haven't worked out in a really long time, but yeah.
But you've done 225. So you're saying Jerick McKinnon whipping up 225. It's just a matter of training. It doesn't take all that much talent. He's a strong little guy, though, Kenny. What is your weight?
I weigh 225.
So Jack is around what, 205, somewhere between 205, 210. So you figure him doing 225 for that many reps, he is strong. Although I want to know, how does that translate on the field? Is he a bear? That's why I asked a guy yesterday that's a McKinnon fan. If a guy's coming in to get the quarterback, does Jerick McKinnon stop him? These are the things I'm curious about. And, I just want to see him run. I want to see, why did you want him, Kyle? You went out and you outbidded other people to get this kid. What is it? That's where I'm at on this. I just want to know. Too bad
Well,
you can't just do that. And if you get a wrong answer,
Ronbo,
you can't say you're out of here.
Ronbo.
Who's that?
It's Will, man.
Hey, Will.
What's up, man? I got a question for Kenny, man, if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
What's up? Kenny, what's up, man? It's Will, man. I got a question for you, man. Okay, so you say Contavious Street is going to come in and take a spot, but he got hurt and never got it and haven't even been in a uniform yet to play for us. But Jared McKinnon got hurt, and you're saying that he needs to be off the team? And then
he's had a whole year to recover.
Okay. All right, now Jared McKinnon runs a 4.3. You mean say he can't run?
Not that I've seen.
He runs a 4.3, right?
Yeah. Go look at his tape in Minnesota. He's not a very good runner.
How he not a very good runner? How?
He's good at receiving the ball, but when it comes to handing it off, we need him to do it all. If he's going to get paid that much, we need him to do everything. Can't just have
Minnesota runs the outside zone like Cal do on certain plays, and they gave him the ball on them plays, and he took off. He did that against the Bears, and he did that. I believe he did that against Green Bay as well, and scored touchdowns on those outside runs. And you say he can't run, and you say he's weak. Like he bench pressed one less rep than Luke Kuechly. You know what I'm saying?
Is he going to be running? Was he going to run with his arms?
No, I'm just saying, man. You say you looked at the tape, but I'm trying to give you the facts, man. And you said he had got negative 6 yards in the Cowboys preseason game, but you saw how horrible that offensive line was. I mean, Dallas Cowboy defense just mauled through our offensive line that preseason game when the first team came out there, man. And you only had about 2 plays, and they took him out the game. So I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? How McKinnon? I just feel like McKinnon ain't getting a fair share. That's all I'm saying, man.
Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah, because the cuts don't take place for another month. So, all right. Yeah. Good point. Good question, Will. And Kenny, good stuff.
Man, I ain't mean to cut in.
It's okay. Kenny, you guys have been talking anyway, so we just brought it into the mic. All right, guys. See you possibly tomorrow. If they sign, I'll be back tomorrow. If not, we'll come on in Thursday and Friday, most likely. All right, guys.
All right, baby. 13-3 because we got Jimmy G. 13-3 because we got Jimmy G.
G'day.
Later, Ronbo.
Hey, fam. Have a good night. This McKinnon thing's going to go on and on. And let us go now to Party, Rico Suave. Rico!
What's up, Ronbo? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Rico. You at work, man?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at work. I just thought I still had it muted.
Yeah, Rico, tonight, man, there's going to be some guys that are going to get traded, and, it's going to cause, an in-house war, because, there's going to be players that got traded that one is going to say, oh, man, that's BS. And somebody else can say, good! We needed to get rid of him last year. You know how to do. And, but, Rico, who would you move in order to improve the team? And also keeping in mind that won't damage the team upon getting rid of him. Or have you got anybody like that?
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Not really that hard, but anyway, real quick, first of all, I want to send a shout out to everybody, Nighthawk fan club, TNT fan club, TNT, everybody. That conversation you just had earlier with, who was it, Will? And Will jumped in with Kenny. That was pretty cool. Shout out to them guys. Shout out to everybody, though. Number one, of course, shout out to you, Ronbo, and everything you do for us on the platform you provide. I love it. Okay. Damn, kind of hard. So I would, because you had labeled, what was it? The topic was expendables. And,
the expendables, yeah.
It's pretty much expendables are designed to be used only once, then abandoned or destroyed. So when you're talking about a player, I'm like, damn, who the fuck did he use once and abandon and destroy?
Hey, Rico, we're missing it. Is there wind blowing into your microphone?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Can you, hold on.
Yeah, put that microphone, protect the microphone by turning your back into the wind, and maybe put that mic right in front of you.
Yeah, I'm actually about to step in the car now, so it'll be better off that way.
Oh, good. Okay.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm almost in the car.
All right.
Yeah, it's a little windy out here today.
Sounds like.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Getting a little better?
It's a little better. I still hear a little bit. You maybe raise the window.
Better now.
Yeah, now you're good to go, Rico. All right, go ahead.
There you go. All right, so, but yeah, oh yeah, another thing, happy birthday to Razor, man.
Yeah.
Razor, happy birthday.
18th.
18, he's young, man.
No, I mean 18th of July.
Somebody said he's 18. I'm like, damn, he don't look 18 on the pictures.
I think Razor's a little, he's a little more than 18, but I mean, his birthday was July the 18th. Yeah.
Well, he'll probably be like, thank you, man. Thank you for the compliment. 18 years old, you know? I wish I was 18. But yeah, I would say it's a pick out of probably like 3, man. Like Selleck. I think Selleck is really pretty much expendable. With all, that's my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion.
A lot of
I don't
people.
want people coming at me like, "What the fuck you mean that?" But he got concussion protocol still.
Back.
It's just so much going on. Plus, plus we got
back surgery.
We got, of course, Kittle,
Yeah.
and we got Kittle, and we got this guy, Caden Smith. He's rookie, but we should be all right with that.
Jalen Hurd could be converted. Yeah. And you got Juice, who can also play tight end. So yeah, he's you don't want to lose a roster spot or a good player because Selleck is trying to mend. They're going to put him on the IR anyway, if they keep him.
Another one that I think is sensible, and a lot of people have been talking about him, Malcolm Smith. I honestly think he's kind of trash too. He's already washed up, man. Wishy-washy.
Oh God.
It's over, man. The last time he was good is when he was what? What was he? The MVP, Super Bowl MVP years ago?
Years ago. Way back in, was that 13, 14? Yeah, 13, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, so come on. We don't really need you no more. Plus, like they say, we got players that'll fill in for him and to do way better, So
yeah.
But that's the tricky thing about the NFL. You don't know. You can come in and get hurt. God bless all our players. You can come in and get hurt quick, but another one, surprisingly, you probably gonna be like, what? But Jerick McKinnon, and I like him. He runs hard. He runs fast. He's good, and I've seen film on him with Minnesota Vikings. But I don't know, man. We just paid him a lot of money. He really hasn't showed us anything yet. That's the only reason why. That's it.
Yeah. The thing is about Jerick McKinnon, though, even though he probably has a warm, cold rating coming from the entire Niner Empire, the contract situation, I want to get that cleared up. The 49ers could hurt themselves by getting rid of him right now. So it's like you got to be careful with that and go from there.
And that's exactly why I had him at number 3-ish, 4/4, because me, Selleck. I mean, honestly, it's a tie between Selleck and Malcolm Smith. But another guy is the wide receiver. We might keep him all, but Richie James. He's nice, but if you look at last year's receiving stats and stuff, it's of course, Kittle broke the all-time record with 1,377. Then you got, I was looking at it, you got Kendrick Bourne with 487. You got Dante Pettis with 467. So it was pretty much, they were almost tied. You know what I mean? A couple more yards, 20 more yards, he would have been almost tied with him. And then Marquise Goodwin with 395, and it's surprisingly a fullback, Juice, he had 324. So it's kind of hard to break that down and say who was the better besides Kittle, who was the better receiver, because you never know. 1 or 2 more games, they would have probably been almost, it's pretty much they split the ball, all of them.
Yeah, and George played, and remember, Dante Pettis did not play the entire season, whereas Kendrick did. And you figure Dante Pettis is probably the most talented out of the entire group, and probably the guy that's going to probably take over the lead next year as far as wide receivers go. If you're going to make bets on players who are going to take over the top spot as far as wide receivers, there's no – in Kyle's positionless offense, so there's no guy that has to be designate number 1 receiver, but the guy who's the most productive could be Dante.
And real quick, that's why I respect Dante Pettis, and I give him a lot of respect for that. He even said it himself in interviews. I said this a couple months ago or whatever. I said he don't even care about who's going to be the number 1 receiver. I'm the number 1. He don't care about that because he just want everybody to play as a team and just help each other win. You know what I'm saying?
That's the bottom line.
If Dante Pettis Hey, Ronbo, if Dante Pettis would have played, if he wouldn't have got hurt, he would have played a full season. I'm sure he would have got 800 plus yards, maybe 1,000. Trust
Easily.
me.
And do you
He
know
would
how
have
many
did it.
TDs he had
Easily.
last year? The dude is
No, I didn't
actually
check that.
I think he had 5 or 6. Anyway, he is the best
Oh, that's
rookie.
good.
He is the best rookie wide receiver the 49ers have ever had. Do you know what that is saying? That is saying a lot. Considering who we're talking about, Rice, Owens, all those guys. Dante beat them all in his rookie season compared to their rookie seasons.
All right.
Ain't that
And
scary?
check this out. Yeah, it's scary, but it also gave me like the goosebumps because I'm a real true, I'm not into the numbers and all that stuff and offensive line. I really go, since I started listening to your show a couple years, I'm like, all right, years ago I was like, you know what, let me get real into the numbers and the depth and, this and that. But who I was going to say, Debo Samuel, he was like, that's his aim to be the rookie of the year. So can you imagine last year, Dante Pettis was the best rookie, and then coming in this year, Debo, now you got 2 bomb-ass wide receivers that could do it all. That'll be crazy.
Rico, it's all good. Rico, we got to go. And I tell you what, fam.
Yeah.
Maybe if our guys sign, you speak of Debo, if he signs tomorrow, boy, I tell you what, we're going to party tomorrow. If not, let's see, maybe Thursday or Friday, huh?
All right, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Nine Empire. Shout out to you.
Thanks, fam.
You already know how I do.
Yeah.
Niners and fuck them other teams. You already know how we do. Let's get it, Ronbo.
Yeah. Love it, Rico. I'll see you a little later.
Love you all. I'll be listening.
Thanks, fam. Have a good night. And JT.
What up, Ronbo?
JT, man, we're looking at helping. Terry Crews is already on the team, and we're going to see if we can put some more ball players on Sly Stone's Expendables for the next installment, the sequel to the sequel to the sequel. Who's the Expendables, JT? Who do you think is going to get traded, or who could be trade meat?
After hearing everybody and hearing everybody's theory, I come to the conclusion that it's going to be Ronald Blair. That's a fact. We're going to see him go this year.
Damn.
And that's unfortunate because yesterday
really
I was praising him just yesterday. And, it's his 4th year in with the 49ers. Like I said yesterday, he's been there about 3-4 years, and it was about 4 years. So, yeah, it's time to go.
We did talk about him yesterday. That was you and I talking about Ronald Blair yesterday.
Yeah,
that's right.
That was you and I talking about him yesterday. Yeah, so, it's time for him to go. He's got to go. And we're going to see the rise of Solomon Thomas. I kind of wanted to pick him
hope
anyway,
so.
Like I said. And I got high hopes for Solomon Thomas this year. I think he's going to be a beast because he's going to be playing in his natural position anyway, along with a beast fucking defensive line. He's going to have everybody just complimenting his game, so it's going to be good this year.
I fully agree. Solomon Thomas, his head is on straight this year. He seems like he's gotten past the pain of his wonderful sister, and he knows he's better than he has been showing anyway.
Yeah.
So look for Solomon Thomas. You're right. He's probably going to come out a bat out of here. Boy, it's going to be rough.
Game up this year because everybody wants to talk down on him that he's not living up to his first round potential. Well, watch this year.
That's got to be annoying.
He's going to come out. He's going to come out this year, play his natural position, and he's going to kick some ass.
Hey, JT, you know what another nice thing about that is? Look who's playing around him now. He's going to look over to his right and see deep forward. He's going to look at the new child, the child of great expectation, Mrs. Bosa's baby boy. And Solomon's going to say, yeah, but y'all, I got news for you. I ain't going to be the weak link here. So, all that front line.
Ronbo, who was saying something about, I think it was Dre. He brought up a good fucking point, man. Something we got to probably bring up on one of your next segments because that's just a stressful factor.
Yeah.
The Bosa factor. That shit kind of pisses me off. And him and Debo both, I think we said it yesterday too, that they both got the same agent, or I probably heard it from from one of the other guys, but they got the same agent. And so, hopefully, it plays out to our benefit. But if not, Parag better do something and get off his ass.
The scary thing about Bosa's not going to call this guy off. Solomon Thomas called him off. I believe he's got the same agency. Solomon Thomas called him off in 2017. The day of training camp, Solomon, look, I just want to play football. All right, just do it. And if Nick doesn't do that, if Debo doesn't do that, this is a bulldog organization. They put that bite in on an organization. They don't let go. It is something we need to be concerned about. Dante made it in. I don't know who his agency is, but he made it in one day last year before the season training camp got started. Look for that to be the case this year with Debo and Bosa. Hopefully it doesn't go past that. That's the only scary thing.
Yeah,
they're rookies. They need to get in camp. Dang.
I'm going to stay optimistic about it, because I think, Bosa's been out of football for a while. So
yes, he really needs to get busy.
To play football.
Whew.
Yeah, I think he's kind of chopping at the bit anyway to play some football. So I think he's going to
maybe call his agent now.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say, yeah, he's going to sign. I ain't even going to worry about it. I hope not, but,
Because people can't blame him. It's his agent. Nick's supposed to sit back, and the agent's supposed to say, listen, just let me handle this. Nah, you know what? Come on, let's go. Nick, I'm telling you, I'm not going to listen to this. I'm going to hang up the phone. I'm going to pretend this call never happened. Stand tight. I'll get this done. You know how agents are? It's going to be man, this is why I don't always blame the player. I worry about the agency.
It's the agents because they always see familiar shit. If it's something that the agent don't like, oh, you know what? We ain't gonna sign yet because I don't like that right there.
See,
we're gonna make the 49ers. They're gonna fix that right there.
I'm telling you, they need you, Debo. They need you, Nick.
Exactly.
They'll come across. Yeah. Damn it.
Exactly. Hey, Ronbo, let me on another subject here. I kind of about had it, people talking about not even giving fucking McKinnon a chance, man. I want to see his guys come out and ball out.
Yeah, I'm curious.
He's been coming back off his ACL, and I know that, but I want to see what he can do this year, going on to next year.
I don't know, because Kyle and Bobby Turner. They usually know what they're talking about. They made a mistake on Jeffrey. Not Jeffrey, but Joe Black. But I mean, if his mind would have been right, he is a good football player. He just mentally just wasn't into it. But everybody else, Matty B and all these other guys, they've turned him into dynamos. I wonder what they can do with Jerick McKinnon. I want to see it. But a lot of people want to get rid of him. So.
No, I'm not for that. No, I'm not with that. Nuh-uh. But as far as having McKinnon aboard, having a deep running back that we got, that's good, man. Because look how we came out last year. Everybody got hurt, and we need everybody. We need that.
That is so scary. Every last one.
You know who got hurt today, or who I just seen that got hurt
Falcons?
In Michigan. In camp, Martellus,
Falcons safety.
The defensive end, Bennett from the Seahawks, old Seahawks football player.
Oh! I didn't hear about that. I knew about the Falcons safety and an ACL.
He
what happened to
Mike?
Mike? What happened to Bennett?
I forgot what it was. It was just I just seen it. It was just scanning through, and I kind of just glanced at it, and I was like, "Oh, that guy got hurt already."
Damn.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Nobody is guaranteed, and this is football, guys. You need all your depth. People goes down, and when they go down, you got the next guy in line to come in and step up and play.
This is why the 49ers had to build that depth. Fam, hey, JT, we got to go though. And I tell you what. Hopefully we'll be partying tomorrow. Keep our fingers crossed that we find out that either Debo or Nick has already signed, and we can just relax. So, all right.
Hey, every day I be an empire. I don't want to hold up no more time.
All right, fam. Look forward to maybe hearing from you tomorrow. All right. Have a good night.
All right. You too.
Oh, God. And there he is, Daniel SF49's 5249. Shout out to number 53, officially coming home, retiring a 49er. Willis and Bowman, the real Thunder and Lightning duo. The original, to be exact. Camp is Friday. Rumble, the NFL is on notice. Thank you for the contribution, too, fam. Oh, man. I tell you what, who we got on the phone next? I gotta take a little boy break here. Oh, it's really got to go. Hey, is it? Okay. Hey, Russo, you, sir. Hello, and you are the host for the next 30 seconds. Can you do that?
I got you, Ronbo.
Thanks, Russo. Be right back. Oh.
What's up, everybody in the chat? I know you guys are kind of wilding out in there a little bit, and everybody's got their own opinions, and I respect everybody's opinions always, and it's always loved. So let's just, keep it clean in there, and let's have each other's back at the end of the day. But I guess I'll just go ahead and start with a couple things that I was thinking. And I know a lot of people are kind of sensitive about our running back situation, and everybody's got their favorites. But I mean, that's really our strength, and we want to keep some depth. But at the end of the day, I'm going to refer to my buddy James. I do believe that we need to get rid of one of these guys. I think somebody can probably bring in something in return, and I'm looking at Matt Breida. I think Matt Breida, I do believe, would bring the most in return. And if McKinnon's fully healthy and we got Tevin Coleman and we're paying these boys $5 million a year, do we really need to have a third guy who is very good? I mean, Matt Breida proved his worth. He's a very good player. But if you can bring us a third or fourth round pick in return, I'm thinking we might need to pull the trigger right there, and it still leaves us with some guys behind that.
Russo, catch me up. Who are you speaking of right now? I just got back in. I just heard you say if we
Okay,
get...
so I'm talking about Matt Breida.
Okay.
He's the guy. He's the guy that I'm looking at because we have a lot of depth at running back, and we're paying McKinnon and Coleman about $5 million a year, and what's the sense of having another guy who's a starting caliber guy? I just kind of feel like it's
a waste of his talent. A waste of his talent, and it's actually not. It's not even fair to him if you're going to make him wait.
We would be doing him solid by putting him in a situation where he can get more playing time. And if we can get a third round pick, a fourth round pick in return for a guy who was undrafted.
Oh man,
you know what I mean?
And Russo, you could too. You might be able to get a second round pick for Breida's. Well, not for running backs. You could definitely get a third round pick though, because Breida's proven.
You look at guys. Yeah, you look at guys like Melvin Gordon holding out.
Holding out. The Chargers.
The Chargers.
Yes.
The Chargers might be like, hey, we'll give you a third round pick for Matt Breida. I mean, you mean to tell me we wouldn't do that? Come on.
Wow.
And
you may be have enlightened us into what the 49ers could be on that page already, because the Chargers have put their foot down, and they went public with that news. They said they were standing pat, Melvin.
Oh, yeah.
I've
seen some people in the chat saying, let's trade for Melvin Gordon, dude's a great player. Like, obviously, Melvin Gordon would be the best running back on our team.
Sure.
That's a lot of money to put into a running back. We have enough guys that we can perform a committee. And instead of going and getting Gordon, a light bulb went off, and I'm like, fuck, we'll give you Breida. You know what I mean? Like, why not? I mean, people are saying trade Mostert. Does he really have trade value? He means more to us. He means more to us as a depth guy with special teams. Like he's a gunner. You know what I mean? We need him. Matt Breida, I really think, is the number one, the only guy that we have on our entire roster that could possibly bring back a third round pick. I truly believe.
No, it's a brilliant observation.
Matt Breida.
That you brought that up and put it in that perspective. I mean, that's really accurate, because no matter what we think, we know that Kyle Shanahan is not going to not keep Jerick McKinnon. He's going to do it. He's going to keep him. As you can guarantee it.
McKinnon and Coleman are locks. Yeah. They're like Jimmy G locks. They are on the roster.
Because, the 49ers are going to go out and spend all that money and time and effort and write an entire playbook on a player, and then just because the next year you just throw him away, it's not going to happen. So, can you imagine, though?
You figure we're probably only going to keep 5 running backs, and you're looking at McKinnon, you're looking at Coleman. I mean, we're counting Kyle Juszczyk as a running back, so that's 3 right there. Now you're looking at Mostert. That's
on the
4.
special teams.
Obviously, Matt Breida. Obviously, Breida is of the quality, but I'll tell you right now, Matt Breida, when he came in last year, and there was all this talk about the undrafted kid from BYU, he has great hands, he fits Shanahan's system. I'm telling you, we have another kid just like that. His name is Austin Walter. He's a rookie from Rice. I'm telling you, he is Matt Breida clone. Everybody will love him just as much as they love Matt Breida. If we can get a third-round pick for Breida, I'm telling you right now, Austin Walter is that guy that everyone will fall in love with if he gets any bit of a chance.
I saw him a couple of months back when I was looking through all these UDFAs, and I said, you guys got to see this guy.
He reminded me of him.
Yeah, I haven't watched him since then. But yeah, see, that's and you got Jeff Wilson sitting there too. But I don't know. I figured Jeff's probably.
I think Wilson gets cut.
Not in a good position, but yeah, and they went and got Austin really late.
Yeah.
After all the dust settled. So Russo, that's a possibility.
All right, and then I got one more guy that I'm looking at, and once again, I'm going to be the unlike guy about my decision with Breida. The other guy I'm looking at, okay, Ronbo, I'm going to show you how smart you are, and you don't even know it.
And I really don't.
Watch. I'm going to show you how smart you are, and you don't even know it. And I'm going to give you one hint. Who in college football last year was 6th in the nation in receiving yards out of the slot? Your hint is that it's not Deebo Samuel.
6th in the nation last year coming out of the slot.
The hint is it's not Deebo Samuel.
It's not Deebo, and we already got Trent Taylor. Not talking. Is this a rookie by chance, or who is? How many years?
It's a rookie. Last year he was 6th in college football receiving yards out of the slot. It's a rookie. It's not Deebo Samuel.
We only got 3 guys. We got Jalen Hurd.
There you go, Jalen Hurd.
See, that's why.
So I'm telling you, Trent Taylor is the guy that I'm looking at to potentially trade. And the team that I'm looking at, I'm even targeting a team. I'm looking at the New England Patriots. They just lost Edelman for 3. They just lost Edelman for 3 weeks.
A thumb injury. I saw that.
To a thumb injury. They just lost Edelman for 3 weeks to a thumb injury. Josh Gordon, they're unsure. Demaryius Thomas, they're unsure. They are actively shopping for wide receivers right now.
Ooh.
I think I have Pettis, Deebo, Goodwin, Hurd, Bourne, and Jordan Matthews, the 6 guys making our roster. I would try to make an attempt to keep Richie James. I would attempt to put him on the practice squad or something and just see if maybe we can get some sort of compensation for him or there's some way that we can keep him. But Trent Taylor is the guy I'm looking at. What does Shanahan do? He does not. He prides himself in positionless. Everybody's positionless. All these guys: Pettis, Deebo, Goodwin, Hurd, Bourne, Matthews. They can all play inside. They can all play outside. Trent Taylor is a slot receiver. He's not going to play on the outside.
Oh, that's right. He's not really multi-dimensional. He's a slot guy. You're not going to put him on the edge.
He doesn't fit what we're doing, where this team is heading. He doesn't fit what we're doing. I think he's another guy who, like Trent Taylor, we could actually get maybe a 3rd or a 4th round pick from him out of him. Those are guys that I'm looking at for value to bring something in return. Like everyone would be like, let's trade CJ for a 6th round pick or a hot dog vendor. It's like, all right, cool. But what is that going to accomplish at the end of the day? All these 7th round picks, you're finding guys that are undrafted that are better than some of these 6th, 7th round picks. So, I don't really think that's going to do anything. That's just basically cutting people. If you're trading people for 7th round picks, you're basically cutting them.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at guys.
7th round pick, UDFA,
I'm looking at guys,
same thing. Yeah.
Right. I'm looking at guys that you can get something in return.
Great points, Russo. I tell you, Russo, when you get a chance, also drop me a line at rumbosports@gmail.com, will you? I'll ask you a few more things. All right? But for now, Russo, maybe back tomorrow, man, because, if they sign, and every day between now and the end of the week, go ahead.
Okay. I'll message you. I was going to say, I actually I spent about 30 minutes to an hour today, and I broke down my whole mock. I have the entire 53-man roster and the 10-man practice squad that I have, in my opinion. So.
All right. We need to get together. I want to tell you how to set up. Okay. In the meantime,
all right, bro.
All right. Talk to you later. Oh, all right, man. That's who I had to tell you, I didn't even think about CJ. I mean, not CJ, but But Kendrick, now it's got me crazy. Matty B.
Ronbo.
Hey, real quick, Razor. Go ahead.
Real quick. I'm gonna end this McKinnon thing. Why do you think they were out trying to get Le'Veon Bell this offseason and pay him number one in money? Why do you think they're trying to get Bell? Because they knew McKinnon, he has an ACL injury. He's not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Breda can do all that on a undrafted rookie contract. So I mean, they got Coleman, and that just proves my fact. I mean, if we cut him, it's not gonna hurt that bad. But over here, Mr. Phil, whatever his name is, he's a math expert. Shit.
Ray, that's a good point. We gotta Ray, let me see you tomorrow. Razor's not giving this up tonight.
Hell no,
right,
Ronbo.
Let me get Lewis. Razor. Good point though. I ain't arguing with you, Razor. I tell you. There he goes. Lewis.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Lewis says, as you know, this subject is bringing out a lot of crossfire. But Lewis, there's been some excellent deals made here tonight, actually, and some excellent observations about, Lewis, who would you consider moving to either gain some assets, relieve the team of a little money pressure? What's on your mind? Lewis? Do we lose Lewis? Lewis, call him back here. See, break Davis up here.
Razor, take that damn bucket and skirt off somewhere else, bro. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. If you get the chance to get Le'Veon Bell, just like OBJ, you go after him. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Hey, go get a new transmission, and it sound like your brakes is going out in that motherfucker. I'm out.
Listen, Lewis, where you at, man?
Yo, Ronbo? Hey, hello, Ronbo?
Yes.
Yo, sorry, Ronbo. It hung up for some reason, so I had to call back.
Yeah, no, it happens.
What was Dre saying, though?
Dre's telling Razor to go get his car fixed. But anyway, Lewis.
What's up, Ronbo? Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
no, okay.
yeah, Ronbo. Yeah, I mean, I hear what everybody's talking. You really just don't want to see anybody cut. But, you know, Russo makes some good points about Breida and stuff. I really like Breida as a runner.
About that.
I was talking with Dre, too, in the chat. You know, we were going back and forth about, you know, Breida's injuries and stuff like that. And I completely understand, like, you know, but he showed heart. Like, yeah, he was injured, but he still suited up and he did run. But, yeah, I mean, if it becomes a consistent, constant problem, then, yeah, I mean, I think we should cut ties with Breida. You know, if he can't fully stay healthy and he's always banged up, missing practice here, missing a game here and stuff like that. But one person in the comments was saying, like, this is a good topic to have. I mean, like, to say we have trade value at running back, to say we have all these names at running back, I mean, it just goes to show, like, where we came from, you know.
We're evolving.
As, you know.
As a team.
Right, exactly. Yeah. As players are being developed, as we're drafting a lot better, we're starting to see a lot more names. You know, we haven't us talking about having 9 defensive linemen on the field. We don't know which one to pick. You know,
I love that problem.
It's crazy. Yeah, like, it's crazy. Like, it just goes to show, like, how far we've come as a organization, you know, from losing, you know, the Chip Kelly era, all that stuff, to how we bounce back and, you know, we are where we're at now. So, I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, we don't want to, we could predict. I don't really get into predicting who's going to be cut because I don't want to see any player cut. But, you know, because these, you know, this is how they, you know, provide for their families and stuff like that, Ronbo.
Sure.
But, you know.
You're talking about somebody's life here.
Whoever,
exactly.
Right, exactly. So whoever they do, you know, hopefully some of them go back to the practice squad and stuff like that. But with that being said, Ronbo, like, whoever they cut, I just hope that, you know, Kyle, John Lynch, you know, the whole front office sit down, you know, make, you know, great points for all the players and, you know, pros and cons for all the players to see, you know, what's the best fit for the scheme, what's the best fit for the offense, the defense, all that stuff. So
and make some intelligent decisions.
All
exactly.
I'm considering.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. And that would have to be the first one, but that's the main one. Is don't just be, you know, but make decisions that help benefit the team. So hopefully, you know, when we get down to that 53-man roster, we'll start to see, all right, you know, this is what the team's looking like moving forward. And this is what we got to do.
That's right.
So,
that's why they get paid the big bucks. They better get it done.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, yeah. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing is, we got to see these guys in preseason. Now, a lot of us are making decisions on things that we probably need to wait on. But if you see a trade asset right now, you make a move because we don't know what Jerick McKinnon looks like. We don't know what his knee feels like. I mean, a lot of people are assuming.
Yeah, like my whole point. Like, I don't have nothing against McKinnon, Rombo. That I just want to get that clear. Like, some people are hating on McKinnon. Some people are for McKinnon. That's cool. I'm literally on the fence. Like, I'm not for or against McKinnon. I'm just saying the money that we paid McKinnon was before injury. That's a fact, right?
True.
Because Shanahan seen something in him in Minnesota before injury. We don't know what he's going to look like post-injury. So whether that means if he comes back and he's we don't know what he's getting, right? So if he comes back worse than, and obviously hasn't recovered fully from the ACL, that means we have no trade value and he's going to be on our roster until we cut him.
Oh.
That's just facts. But if he comes back good or decent or 80%, then that just means okay, the gamble paid off, and injuries do happen, and players.
Absolutely, I agree. And you might, and in some cases, you do need to make a preemptive strike. You don't want to take the bullet unnecessarily. And also, but when you look at guys like Ronnie Blair, the guys who've done a lot. A lot of these are emotional attachments. Because when you look at the rational argument with Ronnie Blair, we have an army of linemen. Eric Armstead, Kenny brought in Eric Armstead said get rid of him. I don't. Go ahead.
Phil was partially correct on players' salary cap, but Phil forgot that each year that the Niners pay a player, the salary cap, the dead cap, or the money guarantees, however long the extension of the signing bonus or whatever the actual contract and guarantees were, it diminishes over time. For instance, if we cut McKinnon this year and then we keep him, we cut him next year, it drops by $3 to $2 million in dead cap money. And then his last final year, if we don't keep him, it's only a dead cap hit of $2 million. I've already looked at the contract.
I was looking at the same page.
I can send him the link.
Yeah, no, I think I was.
Yeah, I think we were all
looking at the same page as you
so
were.
So it diminishes over time. It's not that's how it's going to be like that for no. Whatever we gave him up front already, and whatever he's already received throughout the season, with the incentives and the game checks, that all gets weighed in factor after when the new free agency period hits was when the NFL New Year. What was it again? April or something this year?
Yeah,
or something like that.
Lewis, the thing is, I think it's early. It's 1 year into the deal. Now is when that deal has its heaviest weight. I think Phil's alluding toward that as well. If this was year number 2, you can say goodbye to Jerick and it wouldn't have barely any impact. Because I think everybody's worried about the DeForest Buckners, the George Kittles.
Right. But the Ronald Blair shouldn't even be a conversation, though, Rombo.
Not now.
We should not at all, Rombo. If anything, we should be talking about trying to extend him or resign him. The guy doesn't get any playing time.
I like Ronnie Blair.
Sacks.
Yeah. So
Rombo, he gave us 5.5 sacks on limited PT snaps. What are we saying here? What?
Yes.
No, if the guy starts, I guarantee he's gonna produce. I mean, if y'all talking about keeping Solomon Thomas and trying to see another Solomon Thomas, but yeah, Ronald Blair has shown way more, progress than Solly. I mean, I understand the situation with Solomon Thomas, but I'm just saying, if you're talking stuff on paper, let's be real here, guys. Ronald Blair has proven and he deserves some more PT. So that's all I have to say on that.
But Lewis, that brings the argument of where can you get something in return? Now, if I were an owner and you offered me Solomon Thomas or Ronnie Blair, I would sit there and think about that for a minute. But I don't think I'd really think that long. And honestly, I would probably take Ronnie B. And I love Solomon T. and I want him to do well. But I'm just looking at what I've seen. And this guy, Ronnie Blair, Lewis, have you noticed when he's in the game, you always know that Blair is in the game? Have you noticed that?
Exactly, Rombo.
See that? I tell you, man.
The human brain only believes something that it actually sees. And statistics are something that is actually proven, right? Because it's a stat, Rombo. Right. It is a fact, and facts don't care about opinions, correct?
True.
So when the paper says last year he had 5.5 sacks on limited snaps, well, that technically kind of means that he had a better year than Solomon Thomas. And if you were a G-man, you were to weigh that. Well, I don't know what I'm getting in Sully T, but in Ronald Blair, I know I'm getting 5.5 sacks on limited playing time. I'm going to have to take Ronald Blair. So,
and I'm going to increase
obviously,
his
context
playing
is
time,
everything.
right? I'm going to put him out there a little longer.
Right, absolutely. I would increase his playing time a lot longer. But, context is everything with the whole situation with Solomon T. So I'm looking for him to be a bounce back. But, absolutely. What Russo was saying is like, yeah, we can't keep all these guys. So, if we start looking at trade value and we start trading dudes, I wouldn't be surprised. It would suck to see that happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Because at some point they're like, well, we can't pay everybody and we can't keep all of you. So, if we can get value for each and every one of you guys, then that's what's going to have to happen.
It's the nature of the business, Lewis.
I just hope
it's a scary thing, but it's the way it works.
Nature of the beast. Yes,
Lewis, we got to go, and hopefully we'll be back tomorrow to celebrate that Debo Bosa signing.
Hey, Ronbo, hopefully so. Hopefully we don't got to wait any much longer, but, absolutely, Ronbo. But thank you for all that you do, Ronbo.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
God bless you. Shout out to everybody in the chat, my Niner fan, man. All you guys, man. Be safe. God bless, guys.
Thanks, Lewis. Have a great night, fam. Looking forward to hearing from you again soon. And you're on a 385. You're in Ogden, Utah. We had somebody call from Utah last year during the season. I wonder if that's hello. Hello,
What's
Utah.
Up? What's up, Ronbo?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey. No, I got on, man. I was trying to get on last night. I didn't get on, man. What's up?
Wait, who is this?
I got a Patrick Willis jersey hanging in my living room. I got my 49er stuff. I got a Jerry Rice card, man. What's up, man? I've been a Niner fan since Steve Young's last game.
Oh.
Man, I remember when my friend was a Cowboy fan. We would be walking to school, man, and I remember that game after T.O. stood in the middle of the star, man. Hell yeah, that was
That's such fun.
Remember when T.O. caught that back pass against the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs that year when we played the Bucks, when the Bucks went on to go to the Super Bowl? Remember that?
Yeah, those are painful memories. But hey, fam, what is your name?
My name's Kevin, man. What's up?
Kevin.
Utah,
hey,
man,
Kevin.
Fan, man.
Yeah, you know.
I'm surrounded by Dallas fans out here. I'm not even gonna lie, man.
Is that right?
All over Ogden over here. I'm not even lying, dude.
Is Utah?
Oh my God!
You're right. Well, Utah would be. Who else?
Bronco
What's the closest team? Aren't you close to
here.
Denver?
We got Bronco fans out here. Dallas. We got some Raider fans.
Oh. You know what,
yeah,
though?
Man, it could be
the Cowboy fans are going to be on the rise due to the fact that the Cowboys look like they may have something to offer, See, that's the way it's going to work. If the Broncos were doing well, you'd probably see a lot of orange running around, too. I got a feeling you're right in one of them spots where you got about 3 teams to choose from, and in your case, 4. You got the 49ers. Some people around there are waiting to see who's going to win next because you know how the winners peoples go. They just wait. The guy's got 3 jerseys in his closet, right? He's got a Broncos. He's got the Cowboys. Who else is surrounding you guys, man? I mean, some people are shameless. God, Raiders.
Yeah, I know. We don't have a football team. I wish, I don't think you could. I don't even know about the Jazz, man. But anyways. So
well, you got good college teams.
What do you... Oh, man, the Utes are awesome out here, man. I remember when we beat Alabama. Oh, that was tight. We went undefeated that year, and we beat Alabama in the bowl game. Oh, see, Alex Smith, man. Alex Smith came from out Big Steve Young. We got the quarterback who played for the Bears. What's his name? Went to BYU, too.
Oh,
that old quarterback for the Bears.
What's his name? Did he go to Utah? Who?
No, he went to...
No, I'm thinking about the guy that used to... anyway, but we got to get to the subject matter. Listen, what do you think?
Hey, man, I was just trying to talk about... Oh, yeah, go ahead, my bad.
No, go ahead. I was waiting for you. Jump on it. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, I was just... what kind of defense you think the Niners are going to run this year? Just the basic 4-3 again or 3-4?
No.
What's going on?
Well, as you know, the 4-3 is going to be the base defense. But, with Chris Kasurik coming in, he's brought the wide 9 formation. So the 49ers, and they've got to have – I'm pretty sure they're going to design several packages. But, they got to find the personnel to figure out where to put where.
4-3. If we're doing a 4-3, who do you think is going to be on the floor? Do you think it's going to be? Do you think Bosa should be coming off the bench just for his rookie season, or do you think he should be in the starting lineup? Do you think he should be across from Buckner with Thomas? If Solomon Thomas isn't that bad, why can't he be in the middle with what's his name, the other deep tackle?
Kevin, on certain plays, Solomon Thomas is probably going to be on the middle. And in the beginning, you do bring up a point about whether or not to start Nick Bosa. It may behoove the 49ers to bring him along a little slowly,
I was
especially the
hearing
first
he's
few
kind
weeks.
of out of shape.
Yeah. So you go ahead.
That's what my concern is.
Yeah, you can't put Solomon T out there, though. You go ahead and put D Ford on one side, the Buckner next to him. In the middle, you either go DJ Ford on certain downs, you go Armstead. Put Armstead on the outside and Solomon T on the middle in certain places as well. They got any number of options. That's what's crazy about the defensive line this year. So
who's the standout at linebacker besides Warner and we'll see what Alexander has to bring,
Yeah. You got Dre Greenlaw, and also last year's guy, the guy I think is getting more credit. Jesus, I need my linebackers. Why his name slips my mind right now? God, what is his name? Elijah Lee. He doesn't get any love, but I like him. So, I don't know. They're going to look at linebackers. There's another guy named Alizier. Dre Greenlaw's in the mix. There's a lot of guys that are going to be playing for the linebacker working out for it.
All right, that sounds cool. And my other concern was Witherspoon. Wasn't he the one getting burned last year in the slot position?
I mean, like
who
a
was
match.
the one in the slot position getting? Somebody was getting.
K'Wan Williams is okay. He doesn't really get beat up too badly.
1-on-1.
Yeah, K'Wan's not bad at all, actually. PFF actually ranks him in the league. It's Kello Witherspoon got killed last year, right? Except for the last 3 games or 4 games, all of a sudden he started coming on. And actually, his stats show that he wasn't getting beat at all. But that first beginning of that season and into the second half, oh, poor Kello. So, yeah.
Yeah, somebody I felt like was messing up. Sherman, I felt like was holding his ground when he was playing. And what about the very guy from San Diego? Did he prove himself already before he got hurt? Because I felt like he was pretty good.
No, he's real good. That's a Pro Bowler. So, but we got to wait and see.
So, I mean,
is he over the Achilles? Can he go ahead and beat Jason Verrett? That's what we're going to see starting next week.
I mean, that would be cool if him and Sherm could lock it down on each side and then have our safeties roaming around. Hopefully we can get some good safety back there.
Yeah. Wow. You know what? There's a couple of guys. Their work will be minimal because you got 2 Pro Bowl corners. You got a frontline defense that's making the quarterback crazy. The safety can pretty much just be good. Don't be bad. You don't need to be a superstar. Just be good.
Well, with Tar and what's his name, they probably need to calm down on the trying to knock somebody out,
and missing tackles.
I feel like those two be hidden. Aren't those two known as hitters?
Yeah, and breaking their arm.
If they can know that Sherman and then the pass rush is getting there, they can go try and make plays on the ball, and get some picks. We need some turnovers
badly.
And how's our offensive line doing? Besides, I know Staley. How about the tackle he took under his wing?
Kev, we got to go because we're out of time. But listen, I tell you what, the offensive line is in its 2nd year together. That is a huge plus over everything else. We're not breaking anybody new. We just need these guys like our center, Weston Richburg, to please show a little muscle this year. He got manhandled last year. All season, after about week 4 or 5, he couldn't help us. So we'll see. Anyway, he's supposed to be healthy now, so we'll see what happens. Hey, Kevin.
All right, man. Well, shout out to the Niners, man. Shout out to Ronbo.
Hey, thanks, Kevin.
Thank you for having me on. It's been a pleasure, man. And
appreciate you.
I hope next year we go at least go get to the playoffs. At least show me something. At least the playoffs, I'll be a little happy. Better happy than last year. But I was happy when we beat Denver and the Raiders, man. Hopefully we can beat them again. And I hope we beat Green Bay again, and I hope we beat the freaking who else? We playing the Falcons. I hope we beat the Falcons.
We do play
I
the
hope
Falcons,
we
yeah.
beat the Saints.
So, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin.
Bring it
Have
on,
a great
man.
night, and look forward to hearing from you again soon, huh?
All right, man. Thank
All
you
right,
too, man. Have a good
All right, Kevin. Night. It's Monday night, and of course, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. So I can't wait to show up just so I can do that. Is show at the gym? Could be, because show's going to try out for center this year and relieve us of Weston Richburg. Show.
Hang on just 1 second.
All right. Anyway, let me see. Break Davis up here. What's that? Is it Ron Broski? We close, bruh. Another day crossed out on the calendar. 19.
All right.
19 is the Niner year. You like it? Number 19, yeah. Show!
Yes, sir.
Show, you're the guy. You're the guy for this question. Man, you are so the man this night for this question. Because Show is going to make everybody mad equally. That's what I like about the Big Show. Because Big Show, he looks at the number. He looks at the name on the back, or should I say the front, and forget about the back. Big Show, you going to make some deals this offseason?
Well, I want to piggyback where Russo left off of, and that's about Trent Taylor. Ronbo, if Bill Belichick were to acquire Trent Taylor in a trade with us, where exactly would you think Bill Belichick would use Trent Taylor?
Well, I'd put him right in the slot, right there where you're not going to put him on the edges.
Right where we're using him. Yeah. Right where we're using him. That would look like with all due respect, Russo, that would look like the dumbest trade in the history of the 2019 NFL season if we were to get rid of Trent Taylor and put him with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, because he has the exact traits of Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, and Eric Decker.
Don't forget Danny Amendola.
You do not get
he is exactly what
Danny
Belichick
Amendola
would
as well.
want. Yes.
You do not get rid of a player like that. I don't care if he's not versatile at all. He is brilliant in the slot. He is our clutch playmaker in the slot, and that's what we need. They're trying to get Deebo Samuel to lose weight to play in the slot, but I don't think that's going to happen right away.
Let me ask you about that. Why would I want Deebo to lose weight and get a little weaker? Do they want him to play the slot that badly? I don't like that idea.
I really hope not. But the players' contracts you have to pay attention to are the disposable ones, the ones that you will feel the less impact. As far as keeping your team together goes, you know what I mean, and financially as well. Especially the contracts that made us scratch our heads in the offseason, like David Mayo, for example. Signing, I know everybody loves this player.
He's a linebacker. God.
We paid him almost nearly $2 million. There's also, I know everybody loves this player, Raheem Mostert. We paid him what? How much a year? What are we giving him? We signed him for 3 years. I know that.
Not a lot, though, because he was begging for money. They told him to take a break and go out there and look around and see what you see, and then they re-signed him, which made it easy to sign him. So whatever they gave him, they could afford. But what do you think?
Yeah. The disposable contracts you've got to pay attention to, like Lincoln Tomlinson, Raheem Mostert, David Mayo. I think we're going to keep Marquise Goodwin on for one more year because he's got his mind elsewhere on the Olympics and everything like that. I think we'll be fine with him there. I think we'll possibly part ways with him next year. Who else is there? Lincoln Tomlinson is a big one right there. I don't see him saying he's not the future, Ronbo. He's not. I don't think he's going to last with us for another year or so. I don't think he's going to last at all next year.
What are we going to replace him with? Because it probably should be somebody now because you want to see some continuity with that offense. Who?
Garland from Atlanta that we just signed.
Okay. As I understand, he looks a lot better right now than he did before, too. So you might be right.
Yeah. But and as far as Kendrick Bourne and Richie James goes, they have absolutely no trade value. They would, if we were to cut them today, that we would feel no impact whatsoever financially or on the field. They were on the field for only a less amount of time than to boost up their trade value. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have the experience. They don't have the. They've shown flashes, yes, but that's just about it. They don't have any trade value whatsoever. So I don't even know why they even came up.
Do you put Richie
with a
James
trade option?
but you're putting Trent. I mean, not Trent, but Richie and Kendrick in the same basket. Are they the same players?
No, because of their size and their skill set. I mean, Kendrick's an outside guy, and Richie's a versatile slot guy. But you can't. The one that Bill Belichick, I think, would acquire in a trade would be Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah, because
they're looking for somebody on the outside
and can run route.
They look for guys who aren't going to acquire later on down the road more money. And that's what Trent Taylor would do for them, because he would require a lot of money down the road. And
with a quarterback like
he's
Tom Brady.
He's all about that.
Yeah. And you know what? With a quarterback like Tom Brady, you're right. Kendrick Bourne would flourish. He's got to have a quarterback that's got to be really good. Because he did well with Nick Mullins last year.
Nick Mullins,
I mean, and he didn't do that bad, actually, with CJ, when you think about it. Whereas a lot of people can't really play with CJ, but Kendrick did. Anyway.
Yeah. That's those are the players, those are the contracts you've got to pay close attention to. And I think the player Malcolm Smith is another one. I don't think we would feel an impact on him leaving our team other than putting more money on the books for us. Because there's Dre Greenlaw, who I think is going to take over his spot this season. So look for him. I think Malcolm Smith was a really good point out on that article of him being a trade option for us. I mean, we're paying him a shit ton of money, and I don't think we'll be paying him that much money here very longer, because he's had no impact on our team at all.
Yeah, there's a linebacker that what's his name? Al Shazier.
He's on the special teams, isn't he? He's like.
Is he? The thing is, he. I was hearing good things about him early in the season, preseason, and I was wondering. And you mentioned Mayo. I forgot about Mayo. They say that kid's not bad, and in 4-3, they feel like he's going to be. Yeah, Aziz Al-Shar, I think that's how you pronounce it. But anyway,
it's hard to pronounce, but yeah, he's on our special. He's a special teamer. But I don't think we would get rid of him because he made the Pro Bowl last year. And possibly we could, but because there's trade value right there, a Pro Bowl player on special teams. And so those are the types of contracts you have to pay attention to. Like Jerick McKinnon's and things like that, just ignore that. That's not happening. We're not getting.
No, I don't. I think the 49ers have plans.
Especially
for
when
him.
90% of the playbook is designed around him.
We
went after Le'Veon Bell, yes, but I think we were still going to keep Jerick McKinnon on anyways for a dual threat, Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. If we weren't able to acquire Tevin Coleman, you know what I mean?
I agree.
That's what Kyle was planning, and
you get stronger
so
depending upon how they feel about Jerick McKinnon. Now, if you listen to what we're hearing here, it's as if Jerick McKinnon's not that good. I think that might be a little bit of a, if you're going after Le'Veon, you want to see if you can put Le'Veon together probably with you're saying, Jerick. Yeah. So,
yeah, and Juice as well, don't forget. So
we'll
and
see.
Also people tend to forget we have another guard that's an undrafted free agent this year that could fit in. That would do perfectly. That would plug in right away as Ross Reynolds. He's no joke. He's no slouch. This was just a heavy defensive draft this year. And
what school did he go to last year? Do you know that he was the best in college football as far as run blocking?
That's why we picked him up. I did not know that, but I'm pretty sure that's why we picked him up.
Yeah, that's what I read. I was shocked. Okay.
If we were to put Garland, we could put Garland right away at guard if we were to get rid of Tomlinson, and then Reynolds would be his backup. So there's there's nothing to worry about as far as that goes.
Well, there you go. Show
You
us
know what I
already
mean?
done it. He's got
And
Nate Thomason, and Garnett's going to get thrown out, so we're already set.
I'm keeping Garnett. I'm keeping Garnett. I do not want to get rid of him.
Yeah, okay, that's right. You're a Garnett guy. I want to see him
we
more
need
too.
him on the right side.
Can't believe we're getting along.
And people
we
are
want
sleeping
everybody
on,
to
people are
agree on
sleeping
this
on,
tonight.
People are sleeping on Sean. People are sleeping on Sean Poindexter, man. That dude.
We're going to see.
Don't look out for him this preseason.
I can't wait till next week. So we got to stop, though, because we're going over time here. And we'll see if we get anybody else before we say goodnight.
Shout out to everyone. They know who they are. All right, guys, have a good night.
Thanks, Joe. Have a great night. I can't believe it tonight. Me and Big Show, we agree on several players. We never agree with more than one or two. Got about three. All right. Let's see. We got here. Okay. Rashad Johnson says all the way from Clarksville, Tennessee. Rashad, what's up, fam? And, this is something like Jersey Joe would do. I want you to say, I'm going to say this before I say what he says. This person's username is I'm an asshole. Because, see, if I read his name, I'm an asshole, then you think I really believe I'm an asshole. Well, I actually, to some degree, am, but not all the time. Well, let me see what he says. What's good? Jason! Jason. Jason. Paging Jason. Oh, where you at, Jay? All right. Jason is he on the East Coast? He may have fell asleep. Let's bring in the one, the only, Roberto. Roberto, you're just the guy to ask, because I know you probably have several people that you just like to get rid of right now. If you were the boss and sitting down in John Lynch's office and making decisions as to who stays a 49 and who doesn't. Hey, Razor, who would you trade? Razor. I mean, Roberto. Roberto, who would you trade?
Razor.
I know, right? Both your name starts with R. I could have called you Ronbo. R was in my mouth.
What the hell? I'm not Razor.
Oh, Roberto, we already heard from Razor. We know who he's going to get rid of. But who are you going to trade? Who are you going to, make a deal for?
Malcolm Smith.
Everybody's favorite guy to get rid of.
Malcolm Smith. And I'll get rid of Eric Armstead too, man.
Eric Armstead, Malcolm Smith. All right.
Yeah, and I'll get rid of, what's the guy?
What position?
He was like a cornerback. One that
are you getting rid of Akello Witherspoon?
No. Yeah, that one too. And then the other one, the one
Greg Maben.
Craig Maben. That was when he made that stupid thing. You know what he did at the Green Bay at the Packers game.
And he ran that same play on it back to back. They ran the same play, and I'll be damned. He couldn't. Greg, they did that play to you twice. You couldn't do anything about it the second time. At least Tavarius Moore, when they tried to run anything twice on Tavarius, he wouldn't have it, because he's just learning, the cornerback position.
And then, and then remember, I don't remember who it was, but he forgot to turn his head around to get the ball, knock it out.
Yeah,
But he didn't turn the head around to pick up the ball.
We have people who do that. I tell you, Roberto, a lot of people don't understand. When you see the cornerback not turn his head around, he's getting beat. If he turns his head around, he's afraid he's going to lose the receiver. So he's running as hard as he can to try to maintain contact. You need to technique is when you're going downfield, you need to be able to hand check. Now, what ends up happening, Roberto, if you hand check and ain't nobody there, Now, all of a sudden, you go into panic mode. You turn around to see where he is. It's a foot race because that dude is beating you downfield. Because you looked at the quarterback, you already see him cocking and getting ready to fire. So now it's a foot race. Some people think they're not turning their head around just because they're being stupid or something. No. That guy got beat.
Yeah.
And he's in the process of getting beat worse. So in the last minute, you'll see him throw his hands up, trying to guess. Yeah, he's getting beat. That's why if you're slow as a cornerback, or you don't know how to take angles, or you're not smart like Richard Sherman, you could be doing that a lot. So, yeah. But Akello's better than that, though.
And
we'll
then,
see.
oh yeah, yeah. But you gotta like get his ass to like his ass together and not mess around. And you know, one more, if he makes like there's another thing stupid, man, you're out of here. Well, we're gonna get rid of your ass. And with Malcolm Smith, we're paying all that money for him just to like sit down and not play like he's just like all that money that he's like getting paid for not doing nothing.
I mean,
Like,
he's sitting down. Roberto, he's watching the game with us. I mean, you know, and we ain't getting paid as much as he is. Just sit down and watch the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then he's just like walking around and just like on the sideline, you know, like just walking around and just like you know how he is.
Yeah. But, you know, we talk about Malcolm Smith, but I got to tell you, Roberto, he'd rather be playing. Although last year he did something that caused an unfootball-related injury. Now, that I cannot forgive him for. You know, if a guy gets hurt playing ball, okay, I got sympathy for that, you know, because you're doing the best you can. Boom, it's a vicious game, violence and all. And, you know, people get hurt. But you're at home and trying to plant turnip greens, and you slip in the mud and go down. And, Coach, I think I tore my ACL. Well, see, now I'm mad because, you know, you need to be more careful off the field. You know?
Jorge, I realized, shut the hell up, homie, so shut up.
Roberto, are you in there getting
he said like to hang up. Man, I ain't hanging up.
Yeah. Well, actually, Well, actually, we're almost done here, but so you can go back and go see Jorge and see what's going
on.
Jerry Fresh.
Go Fresh.
Yeah.
Man, don't go, man. Don't leave, man. You ain't gonna take no time out. Get your ass over here, man. You ain't leaving nowhere. No time out.
Jerry Fresh said
he said he's gonna take a. Yeah, he said he's gonna take a break, man. You ain't getting no break. It's football. It's almost getting no break no more.
Well, maybe he means he's going to take a break. Maybe he's going to take a break until the season gets started in a few days. You know, he could be busy. A lot of people, you know, have lives.
Yeah, get the beers and the strippers ready, man. Cause you know, man, we're going.
Roberto, man, you don't do beer and strippers.
Get the
bottles
ready.
Roberto, we gotta go anyway. I will. I'll see you later on this week. Hopefully.
Ronbo.
Yes.
Yeah, Ronbo. Get your punch ready, man. You gotta make it. You gotta make your punch already. But man, you're gonna drink it all season long, man. It's gonna be an amazing season, man.
Yeah, it is. All right, Roberto, I'm gonna say goodnight because we gotta go because we're gonna run out of time. I've got to go out to the East Coast right now. It's pretty late. Roberto, I'll see you later on in the week. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Roberto.
All right, man, and like I always say, man, always keep your head up. We're going all the way this season, baby. 2019, 2020, Super Bowl bound, bitches.
Good night.
All
Good
right,
night, Roberto.
man.
All right, fam.
All right, Ramos, keep it up, man.
All right, thanks, fam. Night, Roberto. Yeah. And let's see if we get Jason. I think he woke up on. Hey, Jason. Maybe not. See if Jason. Jason's in sweet dreamland. Jason.
No, I'm here, Ron. I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Jay!
My bad. Thanks for. I had the mute button on. My bad. I'm up though, man.
It's cool.
How's it going?
It's pretty late out there, man. Yeah, you know, tonight we've been in heavy debate and a lot of people brought up good points as to who will be traded, the money's involved, the impact it could have on the cap, should we do without this guy because his position is redundant? You know what I mean? It's really interesting how when you get a bunch of 49er minds together, how we touched upon just about everything. Jason, what are you thinking as far as what the 49ers are going to be doing here between now and day one of the season? Are they going to trade anybody and get maybe some assets? Are they going to stand pat? Are they worried about the cap hits? And to next year, DeForest Buckner, yeah, we can give him the 5th year, but George Kittle is not a first-round pick. Jason, we cannot lose George Kittle. All these things come into play when you're thinking about this.
George.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to lose George. I kind of feel what the caller was saying earlier about not really having any trade bait. Like the guys who are expendable, consequently, are not garnering that kind of attention to trade. We may want to trade people, but I don't see why would we touch our guys. Like some people talked about Armstead at one point, but he's healthy. He plays 16 games, and he's looking to go with Buckner. If he could stay healthy, he can grow into maybe something like what Buckner is. I'm not going to put that much pressure on him to say he'll be another Buckner, but healthy, we got, but that's him. Malcolm Smith restructured his contract,
1 year,
which gave us a bargain basement deal, kind of show it improve type of thing. I kind of like that we have him as far as veteran. If he can be healthy and play to his potential, I say keep him around, kind of like Jimmy Wood. Like, all right, we gave him a 5th year option, but can we get value out of him? If not, I say Jimmy Ward would be trade bait if they figure out their safety issues in the preseason and Jimmy Ward's still fighting through this collarbone injury or whatever it was. I say they may try to go that way. He's the only one I see valuable, and that's a credit to him that he's valuable enough to garner the trade bait if we get settled in, at safety, But I don't know who else we got that I would want on another team. Wow, who would we get rid of?
Yeah, because, a lot of times, as soon as you trade a guy, remember we had our wide receiver that got hurt each and every year at the same time, and he went to the Texans. Oh, what is his name? He came
Ellington?
in. Yeah, Bruce
Ellington?
Ellington takes off to the Texans. I didn't know he could play like that, Jason.
Well, he got healthy, Ronbo. If you can recall, he was always injured. So that's the point, is like healthy guys will, these are professional athletes.
Right.
Keller Witherspoon was hurt. People are giving him a bad time about last year. AD, what is his name? I'm just late. The safety.
Adrian Colbert, AC, yeah.
Yeah, AC. He's been going through some things with his injuries. So I'm saying I saw what I needed to see from those two guys respectively in their rookie years to know that we got some steals in the draft. We just have to farm our players. We got to get back to that, Ronbo, in sports, just in general. Even, this ain't a basketball site, but as a New York Knicks fan, we keep trading guys around. You got to farm them. You got to develop the player. Like they got Kristaps Porzingis, and they just traded him to the Dallas Mavericks. I'm like, well, why'd you get him for?
In the first place, right? Stop, because New Yorkers are they're even worse than Californians when it comes to being impatient. Yeah, don't be throwing your players in the garbage too quick. Come on now. Wait a minute.
We got Solomon T, and I don't like the comparison we're making with Blair. Blair's an end. I talked to you last night about this.
Yeah.
So his value is at interior line. But because of the NFL, I believe, the NFL scale, he's going to have to, get bigger or something. I don't know. He looks shredded up. I saw a picture of him.
Solomon?
He looks, he's in phenomenal.
Did you see him?
Top shape.
He made Aaron Donald look small. Maybe it's the angle of the picture, but I said, Jesus, Solomon T done bulked up.
What's that going to do on the field? Lord.
Well, he's
What's
ready to
that
go.
going to look like? Yeah, so I wouldn't get rid of Blair. I mean, you got guys we're gonna have to extend this practice squad or something because we got so many talented rookies. Like you mentioned, Allah Shaler, the linebacker, Shalar.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
He's got to teach people how to say his
He's
name. But yeah.
under the radar. He's under the radar. So we got a lot of camp.
Do you remember Mayo?
Mayo? Well, we got him from the Carolina Panthers, I think, right?
Yeah, right? I forgot about
Panthers.
him.
Yeah.
See,
don't forget about him.
We got a lot of people we got to look at here before we just say, well, we ain't got any room for you. We ain't got any room for you. And sorry, you'll find your way. You know, the 49ers, when it comes down to these decisions, Jason, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, preseason's gonna really be exciting. Finally,
Pressure cooker.
I'm interested to see what happens with McKinnon, though. Like if McKinnon can do what his senior did, Adrian Peterson, and come back from this ACL in a phenomenal shape, we could have the best backfield. Because still, even with a healthy McKinnon, even with Coleman, I still got my marbles on Matt Breida. And that's not knocking them other two guys. So that's a good problem. We got talent out there.
Agreed. I love watching Matty B run in this system. God, he's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It looks like he's just floating along. But when you look at the defenders running as hard as they can, and Matty B's just floating along, all of a sudden he hits that and puts that baby in fourth. And you watch the camera. It's such a beautiful thing to watch as he's just zooming down the field till they try to catch up. And here comes the corners and safety try to stop him. I said, woo, that do it. I know he's moving. God.
The only problem I see coming out of that is rhythm. Running back is a rhythm.
And you can't be just coming in every 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah,
that's true.
You can't keep pulling guys out. So you got three arguable starters in those three guys. So I say maybe we might be trading McKinnon if there is a such thing as who's trade bait. It would be McKinnon. If he has a good preseason,
or the thing that you get the most back from. But remember, his contract makes things a little weird. I really wish I could call Parag up on the show. Parag, man, explain to us about Jerick McKinnon's contract. We hear this money is involved here, and here. Also, we thought that the salary of the contract is front-loaded. We need not be concerned about that. There's several different reports.
We don't want to take a hit.
That
would be silly to take a significant hit. I would just ride out with him if that was the case.
But he's only had it 1 year. That's why that contract's at its highest potency right now. So
guess what, though, Ronbo? I know we got to go, but guess what? We have it's healthy. Now, the health is the most important key word. We have a Super Bowl roster.
I know, right?
Let that sink in. I'm not saying that because I'm a Niners guy.
It does.
Since 1986.
It just needs to mature like
fullback,
fine wine.
Tight end, quarterback, offensive line from last year that is now gelling. I heard Lakin Tomlinson talk. Let Lakin play. Let guys develop.
There.
Guys are so quick. Let them rock in there.
Importance in being together. So that's why it's maturity that this team needs, just to work together. Jason, starting next year, this team becomes a major player. This year, they're going to go find their way. But you're right. The pieces are there. They may need a couple more pieces, but they're there.
They're saying the Browns are that team, but outside of, they got some corners, but I got to see the Browns. I got to see them play together.
I ain't gonna say nothing bad about them though, because that team is.
They got some players, but it's their defense. They got Garrett, the first round overall pick or whatever. They got some corners. They got rid of Peppers, which he wasn't really that great. Defense is what I'm concerned with if I'm a Cleveland fan. As far as, do you have the defense?
In the heart. And because Baker Mayfield, Baker Mayfield is Baker Mayfield is basically an a-hole, and that's the kind of guy that actually will work as a quarterback.
He's like a Brett Favre type.
He is. I mean, if a receiver walks back, I can see Baker staring him down as he comes into the huddle. If he missed the last, drop the ball or something, or ruin a route.
Oh, they're going to ball out. They're going to ball out on offense, but on defense is where I question them. Which is where we are strong, our D-line, our linebacking cores, our DBs. Don't sleep on Todd and
we will roll.
Colbert, man. But I'm out of here.
Hey, get some rest, Jason. Man, I mean, if the signing takes place tomorrow, Jason, be ready to stay up tomorrow night too, man. We'll be looking for you.
A signing? You expecting some signing tomorrow?
I want to see Debo and Bosa stop clowning. You ain't got to wait because of traditional. You don't need to wait until Friday. Sign the contract.
Yeah, get in camp. Come on. Let's go. All right,
fam. Hopefully see you tomorrow, just for that reason.
All right.
Like Jason.
All right, I'll be listening out.
All right, fam.
All right.
Oh, man. And there he is, Sheik.
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, fam?
Sheik, man, I've been sitting here, man. We're the process of elimination is alive and well tonight. And we're thinking about how this team going to benefit from making certain trades and deals. And what deals, probably at this point we've established, you got to be careful. You just can't deal any and everybody on this team because it has a negative effect. So you got to know what you're doing with these deals. And Parag is sitting up there probably as cool as a cucumber. Listen, guys, the reason they pay me what they do is because I know what I'm doing. So, Sheik, it's fun though to speculate.
Yeah, it is fun. But I want to ask this, and this might be just a wild. I'm just guessing. I'm just going to go with it. Who do we trade the most? What teams do we trade with the most?
Kansas City. And who else? Kansas City's our main partner. Seems like for every trade. Who else?
Yeah, Patriots. Maybe.
Oh, right. What am I thinking? Patriots recently. We're always dealing with the Patriots, it seems. Yeah.
Yeah, Trenton Brown, we kind of get an end of the stick, but we got Jimmy Garoppolo. But what does Kansas City need, Ronbo?
Let's see. God.
Who did they lose recently last year?
What do they need? Oh, a safety?
No. Yeah, they need a safety. But what did they just recently lose last year and then suspended?
Oh, running back.
Yeah. And who we got?
And he's over in Cleveland.
What do we got?
Yeah.
He's in Cleveland. Yeah. So they have a lot of backups. If we do a trade bait, Ronbo, there's McKinnon there. If he doesn't work out, there's Mostert there. We could do a player-for-player deal. And the key position, Ronbo, is we need guards. We need safety.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't want to get another running back. You don't need to trade a running back for running back. If you're going to go for Kansas City,
no.
Yeah, you get something else for running back and maybe put a running back in there like you say. Yeah,
Yeah,
Kansas City's offensive line is not.
I'm looking at.
Are they any good? I guess they're not bad.
They're okay.
Yeah,
they're not bad, but they're. But I think they're a high-power offense. They'll love to have Jerry McKinnon if he does not work out. If Coleman balls out in the preseason, McBreda, he just needed that backup, Ronbo. And in my opinion, and I have to go with with Razor and Kenny. Shout out to Will and Dre. I know they love McKinnon, but the thing is, what that money scares me, Ronbo. Like if you're gonna be.
That's the first time I ever heard anybody's phone. Actually, you could hear the cutoff. Sheik, get back in here. That was pretty crazy. Hey, Mooch. Let me see if I get this right. Mooch 20. Is that 21? I bet it is. Mooch 21. Thanks, fam. I love them emojis, man. I gotta get those. There must be a place I can get one of those in real. A pair. A dancing pair. And Kenny says, what happened to Zoom in? A wants to stay with. Are we not? Oh, yeah. Hey, Kenny, you know what? We're looking into it. There's an audio problem with Zoom in. Is why we had to ruin it. We might have to get another system. Hey, Sheik.
Rob, I'm back.
Yeah.
Hey, I think McKinnon he hacked something.
Yeah, you guys are pissing him off. I'm telling you. Because Sheik, tonight, if we take a voting of how many people want to get rid of Jerick McKinnon, it would be overwhelmingly him, exactly, versus anybody else. Even Big Show doesn't want to. Well, Big Show doesn't want to trade him though.
No, he wants to keep him around, and I get it. He's a good pass. He's a good pass. You get the throw to him, but the thing is, with that contract, I just get really shaky with that contract.
But Sheik,
we got Coleman.
I don't know that we should just decide that he runs his own stretch. I don't know that he's all he is as a receiver. I know he does that really, really well. I don't know if we just insist that he can't run the ball though.
Yeah, I mean. Well, the thing is, we have Coleman there, and he knows the offense, and I think, in my opinion, I think Breda is the guy. He is proven to be. He just needed a decent backup to help him out, and not people get constantly hurt.
Good,
and he got Juice as well, and he got Wilson. He shows some sparks, and Mostert, he's a good running back. But the thing is, they're all like third stringers.
Yeah.
Coleman there, I think, will be perfect for us. And he's a small contract, and if you want to extend him, you want to be that crazy. Plus, we have to pay, like the other caller said, we need to pay George Kittle. We need to pay these other guys that are coming in for Defoe contracts coming up.
If there's any truth to what they're saying about McKinnon's contract, then you're running a risk. If the cap hit, I really don't understand. What I'm reading, I understand. But why is there more than one school of thought on this? So if Razor says McKinnon's exit would not have any effect on next year's money availability, yet Phil pointed out and Dre pointed out if you add things up, it will have an impact on the trade on the cap next year. So if you're going to use the money you're going to have available, you got to be careful with Jerick McKinnon's contract.
Well, then if that's so, then you have to have him for that year, and you're going to trade him from the following, and then that's how you do, because you're going to have these guys coming in. We have to pay them. Prague is going to definitely play with the numbers. Malcolm Smith is going to be off the books. Eric Armstead is going to be off the books. Jimmy Ward is going to be off the books. These guys are going to
Sheik, I noticed those are all the players you don't approve of. Not necessarily whether they're good football players or not.
They're constantly hurt. Like Armstead, he did good last year, but the thing is,
and you didn't give him any credit for it. You're still going to get rid of him.
He's slow. That's the problem.
He looks maybe.
They don't know if he's an edge or a defensive tackle.
Listen, go look at some footage on Armstead. If one thing he's not, it's slow. Now, he may miss a play or something like that, but he ain't slow. So anyway, Jimmy Ward's actually a good football player, Sheik. You guys mistake not being available for being a bad football player. If he ever stays on the field, which is a very big risk, then you'll see what I mean.
That's the problem. Risk. And then when he was on the field, he just gets beat.
You can't play him at the corner. He can, but that's not his position. And they played him there because our cornerbacks have been so bad down through the years that they needed to play him there. He was better than the cornerbacks we already had. So I don't think that I was going to blame him for that. If Jimmy had his way, he'd probably say, I don't want to play corner. I can, but safety's my thing. So,
let me also add to this too. Depth is the best thing to have, and that's what we have. We have, the running backs, we got tight ends, we got wide receivers. There's and defensive line, even in linebackers we have. That's great to have. Other teams will be loving to have what we have, and they don't have it. Like, for example, look at the Arizona Cardinals. They just lost their tackle, Harrison or something. He got suspended or something. Oh, no, he got hurt. And they have no offensive line. And they're supposed to have the franchise quarterback. The Cardinals are going to get their asses handed to them. The Seattle Seahawks, they are lost. No more Legion of Boom. They're done.
It seems like they have an injury. today, too, I didn't read the whole article, but I thought I saw him saying that Hawks are concerned about injuries.
Garion Reed got arrested, and he's gone cut. A Jerion Reed or something like that. he got released. He's done, and that's a defensive tackle. That's one of the highest weapons.
I don't know why these guys can't behave. I'm getting paid big bucks to play a game I love, but I can't behave. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got no sympathy for that.
We got Lyft drivers, we got Uber drivers, you got best friends, or this and that, and you can't call them. You have all that money, you can't call them. Get your shit together, guys. Damn. But the thing is, the 49ers, we're going to take this division. The division is everything. Everybody's talking about beating certain teams. I just want to beat the division. We must sweep the Arizona Cardinals. We must take Seattle at Seattle. Being 4-2 that's when you become over the hump, Ronbo.
Yeah,
the division is everything.
And they're vulnerable. The Hawks, I'm tired of people talking about how mighty the Hawks are. That team's ripe to get their ass kicked, along with the Rams, too. And the 49ers have been fortifying. I'm telling you right now, this talk is going to stop, Sheik. About week 3 or 4, people are going to stop talking about how mighty the Hawks are and how great the Rams are. I told you guys way back in April and May. So I'm hyping. Teams lost all that blood. They're sitting there bleeding to death. And there was one more player, and they're dead meat. Okay, we'll see.
They're 1-2 for a reason in Super Bowl, Ronbo. And Arizona was like 0-1. So, no, the best team in the division is here. We're taking it was belong to it. We just let it go for you guys to see if you guys do. But obviously your teams didn't do shit. So the 49ers are going to take over. Jimmy Garoppolo's here. Kyle Shanahan is here, and all the organization. We're going to just run wild on these division, man, baby. We're taking this. We're going to go, hey, screw it. We'll go 13-3 because we got Jimmy G, and we got the Ronbo Sports covering it. Let's go, baby.
Hey, Sheik, you're a fantastic dude, man. Hey, Sheik, hopefully I see you tomorrow as we wait for Debo and Bosa to stop clowning around, or else I'll see you maybe the next day. They got to come in soon, man. They got to. So.
Yeah, I took my girls because we had a 1-year anniversary. We went to Half Moon Bay. San Francisco is such a beautiful place, bro.
Oh, right. And especially Half Moon Bay. It's quiet, but it's sexy, ain't it? Yeah.
Yes. And these other teams like Cleveland, I think they have a Cleveland Browns great team. Please, stop. You don't got crap. Get it together. But anyways, baseball! It's not like for Ronbo Sports, baby. Here every day, baby. Let's go. He's posting everything.
Thanks,
Shout out
Sheik.
to Night Off Fan Club. Shout out to TNT. Shout out to every caller that calls in, brother.
Thanks, Sheik. Appreciate you, fam. Hopefully see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night.
We will.
And happy anniversary, by the way,
good one.
for you and the lady.
Oh, yeah. 1 year, baby.
Yeah.
Let's get it. That's our anniversary to win the Super Bowl, baby. Let's go.
Thanks, Sheik. And he is one of the founding members of TNT. Goes in, all right, we're going to give him around 235 of solid rock. Trez! Oh, no, it didn't bring in my music, baby. I'm ready to sing. I got a team out here in Santa Clara. I'm looking for big things. We ain't gonna lose no games behind no pain. We ready to rock. We ready to roll. They can't stop us now. We got what we need. Ow! Trez! Get on in here, man. Trez, we know you bad to the bone.
Wait a minute, Ronbo. Go to put some red and gold up in.
I don't know what I was doing, but not picking up. I was busy singing and carrying on. Let me sprinkle that stuff around here. And so I'm on the camera. It's over the shoulder, like they did back in their days of the medieval warriors. Hey, Trez, man, yeah, I'm dying here with your. Oh, you said you've been listening to everybody people are getting rid of tonight. Jared McKinnon seems to be the consensus favorite to get rid of. Ronnie Blair, it was carefully outlined as to why he may be the man that we can get something for, and it would help things out. But Trez, where are you at on this matter?
Ronbo, let me step in here and get real serious for a minute.
All right.
You had a lot of great callers on here tonight. A lot of great callers.
Yeah.
And, first and foremost, shout out to you, Ronbo.
Thanks, man.
Shout out to my TNT family. You know what I'm saying? They always represent major shout out to Dre. Dre is always bringing the heat. Will is always bringing the heat. You know, me and my partner, we've been, sitting on the sideline, Ronbo, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to let the younger players come on in the game and, do what they do, And I'm off the sideline, Ronbo, because you done called me in the game tonight. You done called me in the game tonight. Anytime you talk about Solomon Thomas, Ronbo, I don't agree with certain things people be saying, But I'm going to start it off like this because I'm going to run it real quick. I got a lot to talk about. So I'm just run it down.
All right.
If we got rid of Bruce Ellington because his availability was horrible, why would we keep Jimmy Ward? He's the same player as Bruce Ellington. Can't stay on the field.
Yeah.
Cannot give you a full season. Okay, so his availability is very limited with us, and has been in his tender in San Francisco. So let's go ahead and see if we can finagle the Atlanta Falcons since they just lost their safety, and see if we can move Jimmy Ward to the Atlanta Falcons for a 7th-round pick.
Oh.
All right.
Is he out for the year? That safety in Atlanta?
Oh yeah. ACL.
Oh yeah, he's out for the year. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's gone. So that's how I look at that. If you can't stay on the field for us, you're doing us a disservice right there. You're really stealing money from the company. But, all right, moving right along.
Call the police.
Solomon Thomas and Blair are one and the same player, Ronbo. And I know you might say, well, how is that? Because I'm gonna tell you how is that. All right, we're gonna run the numbers down real quick. All right, Blair has only played 16 games in how many seasons, Ronbo? 2 seasons since he's been with us, right? And 2 seasons. All right, and in those 2 seasons, he's only obtained 5.5 sacks. That was last year. That's in the 3rd season, right?
Yeah, last year was his 3rd year.
Season.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, that's the 3rd year. You know my rule. If you ain't showing nothing by year 3, it's time to go. So he's showing you that, okay, it's a possibility, you know what I'm saying, that he may pan out to be something. But guess what? He's entering his last year of the contract.
True.
That's trade bait. That's trade bait all day long, Ronbo. Because guess what? He got his numbers a little bit up. Yeah. He only played 6 games in 2017, and he only had 2 sacks.
Well, they had him on the
pup. In 16, he had 3 sacks. He had 3 sacks. Right, he only played 6 games in 2000. Right, he's on the pub, but he only had 2 sacks. But he played 16-game season. Well, he didn't. I don't know how many games he actually played in, but he was available for 16 games. He only had 3 sacks in 2016.
Oh, yeah.
So
Rookie
you go with Solomon Thomas. Solomon Thomas' availability in 2017 was 14 games. He gave us 3 sacks. 2018, 1 sack, 16 games, but we know he had the loss of assistant what he was dealing with.
Yeah,
so when I look at these 2 players, Ronbo, all right, total, Solomon had 31 tackles in his 2-year tender. Blair has only had 36. Okay, both of them have really had limited time, okay, and you know what Solomon reason was. Okay, so snaps been limited on both sides, okay? So you look at the age difference between the 2. It's a 2-year difference. They're both young players. True. 24 years of age, 26 years of age, okay? So you're basically looking at one and the same player. But who has the most upside, Ronbo? This is where it's important at. Solomon T has the most upside, okay? Solomon T has more pressures on the quarterback than Blair. We all know this. So I don't see why, and knowing what this man went through, I don't see why we sitting here saying Ronald Blair is almost a better player than Solomon Thomas, or is a better player than Solomon Thomas. Well, right now the stats show they one in the same player. But who are you going with? A guy who's in the last year of his contract, you got to possibly give some money to because he had a little decent piece of a season with 5.5 sacks? No, sir. I don't see that, Ronald. So I'm going to go ahead and trade him.
Yeah.
If I can, okay? So we're gonna move right along.
Actually,
Move right along.
somebody pointed that out to be a good deal anyway. So, yeah, all right.
Oh yeah.
You thought I was going to offer an
So,
argument? I
we
ain't
got-
going to offer no argument. I like Solomon
We
Thomas.
got two more players on the team that's winning the same. We have Richie James and we have Trent Taylor, right? Okay.
Well,
when you run both of their numbers down, they're winning the same player too. All right. Well, where's the largest upside here? Okay.
Whoa.
Is it with Richie James or is it with Trent Taylor?
I just
Go
want to
ahead.
ask one
Go
question.
ahead.
Now, you said Richie James
Run
and
it
Trent
down.
Taylor,
Run it down.
you're one and the same player? What are you basing that conclusion on?
5'9", I'm fit to give you the size and the stats. 5'9", 180, 5'9", 5'8", 180, 180. One's 180, one's 185, right?
Okay.
So, okay, Richie James has only played in his 2 years, he's only played in 5 games for us, okay? He had 9 receptions, 130 yards, and 1 TD, 2 fumbles. His average is 14.1, okay?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right, now we're going to run Trent's number down. You know, we always deal with the numbers because the numbers don't lie people. All right, 2017, Trent, 15 games. Average, I mean, his numbers was 430 over 2 TDs. 2018, 14 games, 215, 1 TD. Okay? So, the upside here. Does Trent play special teams, Ronbo?
No. Well, he tries.
No,
I mean, he's a kick return.
No, but hold on, but Richard James can play kick return, right? Punt return, right?
Did a good job too. Yeah.
He's right. Did a good job, right? He's a special teamer, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And all right, Trent is entering what, year 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, and we have Richard James what, year 1? Okay. So when you're talking about running the numbers here and going with one and the same player, we're going to have to either come with some money with Trent in a minute if he has a decent season, or we can go with the younger player. Now, people say Richie James have drop issues. I haven't seen these drop issues other than practice, but not on game day.
Well,
okay?
Now, if you ask Nick Mullins, he dropped what might have been a touchdown, but, that's only once.
One touchdown, everybody dropped a touchdown. This is the NFL. You know what I'm saying? That shit happens, Now, nobody out there has the best hands in the world other than the elites, okay? So, when I look at that right there, for me, I will see what I can get for one Trent Taylor, possibly in a trade with somebody. Yeah. My motto now moves to out with the old, in with the new. So the names I'm about to rattle off need to be the hell off this team. All right? Greg Maben need to be the hell off the team. Malcolm Smith need to be the hell off the team. Jimmy Ward need to be the hell off the team. K1 need to be the hell off the team. Okay?
K1?
Those players right there need to be gone immediately, Ronbo. And I do see what Big Show was saying when he said Kendrick could be a possibly trade bait situation to New England because the Josh Gordon thing, they do need another receiver. But I just don't think he's the one that needs to go. Okay? Not me. He's a young kid, big size kid. I just like him a lot. I want to see what he has. Okay? And also CJ needs to go. So that's where I'm at with it, Ronbo.
Yeah, well, I understand that, and they're not. They're reasonably sensible. I don't have an argument on those. Jimmy Ward's got to, first of all, he's got to make sure that if he's going to be on this team, he's got to be on the team. And Maben is, nobody's going to argue with you about Maben. Trez, I got to say, this is like nothing to argue about here. These are all making sense to me.
Okay. I just, I just wanted to get down to the facts because, when people attack Solomon Thomas, I get personal.
And I'll never ever. When I compared Solomon, and yesterday somebody brought that up, I just thought about, there are times when Solomon, on occasion, not always, he would be on the field, I didn't know it. But whenever Blair's on the field, everybody knows it. You know what I'm saying? So this is one thing, having impact on what's going on is what I was looking at. Not necessarily the numbers as close as you were, But I do think that Richie James versus Trent Taylor you might need a little longer list of games to make a real fair comparison between Trent and Richie James. I don't think Richie James is quite in Trent Taylor's league, but, you never know. Maybe if they both played 15 games apiece, maybe their numbers do come close. I do think Trent Taylor's potential when he's healthy is probably a little that above Richie. That's just my thinking.
All right. Well, Ronbo, again, shout out to you, my TNT family, man. I love each and every last one of them, and everybody out there in the Empire. I love you too.
Yeah, we love
We're
you
going to
all,
have a good one, Ronbo.
Yeah.
This is our season.
Yes.
Let's go take it.
Thank
you. All right?
Time, Trez. Time. It's
Have
very
a good
much
one, Ronbo.
All right.
I'm gone.
All right, Trez. Have a great night, fam. Look forward. Like I say, everybody, I'm looking forward to seeing tomorrow as we celebrate Debo and Bosa signing. Please. All right. All right, Trez. Have a good night. All right. Looks like we're going to take one more. And looks like you're from 740. Hello. Who is this on my phone? Maybe I'll just say that. You're in Ohio. Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes. And what is your name?
My name is Braden.
Bragan?
Yes.
Is that right?
Hello.
Did I pronounce? Hi, Bragan.
Hello. Is this Ronbo Sports?
Yeah.
Yeah, hello. I am a fan of the 49ers, yes.
Okay. We've had.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Okay.
they are such a great team. Their history with all their NFL legends, I am in love with.
Awesome.
Like Joe Montana, Jerry Rice.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, they're all very.
You sound like
I'm
a
sorry, you
youngster
go.
that might not know about all those guys, but you're starting to talk about these guys? Well, go ahead, Bragan. Give me some more.
Well, I seem to not know any more legends except for those two, but I made some research about them, and they seem to be very great players, and they are very special. And I'm glad they were on the 49ers.
Have you been watching the 49ers this year? I mean, what do you think about this year's team?
I think this year, I think they'll do very good. I think they'll do some special. Like, I think their season's going to go good with Nick Bosa and Deebo Samuel. I think they'll help out the season very good.
All right. And do you see any problems coming up, like maybe from the Rams or the Seahawks? Do you pay much attention to them?
Yeah, I paid attention to them. They are kind of strong teams. That might bring in some effects to the 49ers, but yeah, but some teams for the 49ers is kind of too easy for them.
Yeah.
Or somewhat odd but normal. But yeah, they're such great teams though.
Bragan, I'm curious. Bragan, how old are you?
Oh, I'm sorry, begin. Oh, I am 12.
12. All right. So you've been watching the 49ers for at least the last 6 years in full comprehension. So, Bragan, listen, who do you think is going to be our top wide receiver between Dante Pettis? And I figure Dante Pettis makes his team along with Deebo Samuel, also maybe Marquise Goodwin. Who's your favorite receiver on this team?
Favorite receiver?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's kind of a tough one.
Yeah. Too many to choose from. And we got a new guy, Jalen Hurd, mixing it. What do you think about George Kittle? Is he going to top the NFL next year again?
I think he will.
Depending, of course, if Jimmy G stays on the field. Bragan, if George Kittle had the year he did with Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard, 1,300 yards. Do you see 1,500 yards in his future if Jimmy G stays healthy all year?
I think that might be the case, yes. I think you make, over 1,500 yards, yes.
That'd be awesome. And Bragan, the subject tonight, though, we were getting ready to trade people that we think we could do without. Is there anybody on this team that you don't especially care for that you might like to see say goodbye?
Oh, well, I'm not sure, really.
Tell you what, we had a few players last year that might be suspect. A lot of people like to pick on my favorite guy, Jimmy Ward. How do you feel about Jimmy?
Oh, I'd say he is a very good person. Yes. Not much to say.
There you go. Isn't he a nice kid? He's not going to say anything bad about Jimmy. He just says he's a nice person. But but that tells me a lot right there. Well, our secondary was what everybody's worried about. People are concerned with Akello Witherspoon. He had a bad year for most of last year, except for maybe the last 2 or 3, 4 games. Are you interested in seeing if he's going to get better this year?
I don't know. I'm kind of not paid attention too much, but I should.
Yeah,
He's
don't feel bad, Bregan. He's got a lot of people confused. We're going to see more of him in the next few weeks. But, and Bregan, you got a lot of running backs. You've heard probably, if you've been listening earlier tonight, Jerick McKinnon is not getting a lot of love from the fan base tonight. Matty Breda, how do you feel about Matt Breda?
I don't know about him.
Have you got a favorite running back amongst the ones we got? I mean, actually, yeah. What do you think about our running back crew? I mean, as far as what you've seen so far.
Oh, I am not so sure.
Don't worry. Bregan, you're going to be really sure soon, though, because the fact is, we got a pretty good running back room. It's so good that you got 3 or 4 guys that are going to be trying out for maybe there's only going to be 2 or 3 guys that are working that hard every week. So it's going to be interesting to see. We got a lot of camp battles, your wide receivers, your running backs, defensive line guys. I mean, think about that for a minute. I got D Ford for sure. I know he's going to play. DeForest Buckner, for sure he's going to play. And Nick Bosa, our first-round draft pick, of course, he's going to play. And Eric Armstead just got his contract picked up. Most likely he's going to play. Everybody else, Bregan, we just don't know.
Yes.
They got to go out there and earn a job. So it should be interesting. All right, Bregan. You're on Ohio State. We're gonna let you go get some sleep. And listen, we'll get back in anytime you like. We'll talk to you later, okay?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bregan. Have a good night.
You are. Yeah, you too. Go 49ers, and you are a very legend, a special person, yes.
Well, thanks, Bregan. You're special yourself.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Look forward to talking to you later.
You.
All right. Good night, Bregan.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Good night.
Bye. And with that, hey, let me go and check. Hey, Kiki Warren is it? What up, faithful fam and the haters? We got, the haters they're gonna go down as we win. You know who else? The bandwagon's gonna come riding in. And he says, hey, I give a shout out to the haters because whether they know it or not, they support your channel. Raider fans, Rams fans. I see y'all. Y'all think I know, huh? Every week we get a number of hates. I know that's y'all. It's just because whether or not they support your channel. Every time they tune in, they hate. So keep them coming. I see them in there arguing, too. Where's Texas Boy? I mean, did you guys finally run Texas Boy off? I didn't even see him in here tonight. Sir Garcia, what's up? Team Triple G Mono. It's G Block. Man, we ain't talked to G Block in a long time. This is what I found. The top 100 just cracked off. Kittle top 10. Whoa. Of the list, let's go. Whoa. George. And that's rightfully so, because usually they try to cheat the 49ers. Harvey Huegas, he says, what's up, Niner fam? How many sacks we getting this year? See, that's the question we asked a few weeks ago. You figure it's going to average out between the 2-3, D Ford, Buckner, Bosa. Somebody's going to get more than their share. Somebody might get a couple less. Somebody may just get exactly what's expected. You figure 10 each is an average. Really? Because these guys are that good, especially, God, D Ford and Bosa. And we already seen Buckner with some help, what he can do. We've seen what Buckner can do without help. So what's he going to do with help? And so I'm going to get 30 plus. If he falls short of 30 plus, I'll be very upset, actually. Just like those 10 wins I was telling you about, 49ers cannot win less than 10 this year. That team's too good. They need to win at least 10. It's just like Baldinger says, if they don't win 10 games, heads need to roll. That's got too much talent. Hank Moody says, I'm not feeling Jet as much as I used to. I could definitely see Coleman being our starter, and Jet is getting paid way too much to not be a legit starter. And I just keep saying over and over, I think we need to be able to, can we make a judgment after we see Jet? I think some of us, we might be jumping to conclusion. Just a feeling I have. I want to see what he looks like. I'm going to trust Kyle in this one. He went out and busted butt to get him. I got a feeling there's a reason. Renzo S., 49ers are going to shock the league this year. Agreed. KL 101 974 was Zombies Gaming. Yo, Ronbo. Hey, what if Richie ends up being a Julio Jones at the 49ers trade to Richie? James? A Julio. Those are two different players. I mean, you got Julio. What's Julio? 6'3", about 200 plus pounds. Richie James is trying to get to 6 foot. and what does he weigh? What does Richie weigh? About 190? I love the comparison, though. I don't know. Richie James may go wild in preseason. Nothing's been decided, by the way. So if you got a favorite player that somebody's giving you grief about, wait. You could be in the right sometime soon. And there's Trez saying, I don't recall Ronald Blair making player of the week at any time last season with him and Solomon having limited snaps. Trez, Solomon trade, baby. T fam. I can't wait till this season, preseason especially gets going and we get a couple of exhibition games going. I want to see who shines, and we'll get back to these conversations we're having right now. Jimmy Walker, Solomon Thomas is going to surprise everybody. He also has been hanging around Aaron Donald. We saw that photo, and that's going to help him as Aaron would be a great mentor. Debbie Ryan, A-Deb, she says, hey, fam, training camp, the 2nd, 4th, and 8th. I'm going to be there, so look for Deb. When you see this gorgeous lady with the big hat, that's Deb. Go over and say hi to Deb. Right? And something for nothing says, hey, Ronbo, can we get a Niner shout for late night workers? And watching you tomorrow after the fact, because I love to chime in. Got to figure out how to call in. I'm just short of time. Something for nothing. Get that. Hey, you already got the app there. The instructions right there, really easy. Looking for you to call in. Big shout out for those who are working right now. Yes, proud of you. Get that cash. Josh Robertson says, we're going to use our running backs as wide receivers. Yep, for screens and dump-offs. The new offense now, it says NLF. The NLF. See, that's why we talked about this a few days ago. We're all concerned about how many wide receivers we're going to keep, when in reality, this is why Jerick McKinnon is also probably safe. You can stick those guys in any number of places. We got to remember, Kyle Shanahan loves versatility. He is probably looking at McKinnon because McKinnon actually does run that zone stretch very well. He's not going to be a guy that's going to run the ball up the gut. No, that's not him. But you pitch that ball to him on a sweep on that stretch, and that dude, if there's only one or two guys to beat, they're going to get beat. But Matty B does the same thing. Well, we'll see how it works out. Jordan Kelly says Kendrick Bourne better start saving up his money because he is going to be unemployed soon. That's cold. Kim, but you know what? One thing about Kendrick Bourne, if he gets cut from 49ers, he'll have another job. He's done enough already in the NFL. He's probably been noticed. Kim Busso Boutreau says, good night, fam. Thank you so much, Ronbo. Happy birthday to Razor, even though I don't agree with him. It's okay. We're all family here. We can have these arguments. Michael Hagg says, They signed Bowman to a one-day deal so he can retire with the Niners. And we didn't say enough about that tonight, but Bo is officially a 49er at this hour until they retire. What am I saying? At this hour and forever. He's ours. We can look back and say he retired as a Niner, and Bo goes down in the 49ers legendary Hall of Fame, even if he doesn't even make the one out in Canton, Ohio. All right, fam. Hey, gonna think good wishes and thoughts tonight. Maybe Bosa and Debo are on this roster officially tomorrow. Come on, get them on here. Hit that like, fam, and I look forward to seeing it tomorrow for that reason in particular, and also because I just love you so much. Niners! Good night, Elisa.